Hello everybody, welcome to the Redmen TV and your watch along ahead. Liverpool taking on Leeds a little bit later on at Anfield. My name is Dan Clubb. As you can see, quite literally, I am on my own. Hopefully not for too much longer. Errol, I'm absolutely certain, is on his way into the studio. Yeah, let's all suggest and pray that is the case, shall we? How are we all? Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. We go again, as somebody once infamously said. Hope you're all good. Hope you had a wonderful festive period. Christmas, that little bit in between, and indeed last night's New Year's Eve celebrations. Might not have been last night, might be a long time ago. Could have been a few hours ago, depending on where you are in the world, but I hope you celebrated responsibly, accordingly, and superbly. And I hope you are feeling good ahead of this afternoon's game of footy, because I need you to be. I need the Reds to win, and I need you guys along for the ride, especially as I am currently on my own. Hope everybody's good. So let's start with a little bit of housekeeping. Oosh.co.uk is your place for prizes. What a way to start 2026. One of these bad boys would be. Let me just get rid of that off the screen. There we go. Wonderful. Yeah, look at all the daily prizes you can win. There's some absolutely magnificent stuff there. And your eyes immediately drawn to those Xmas free giveaways. And as you can see, they will be drawn tomorrow. So if you want a chance to win some tickets for the Barnsley game or indeed the Arsenal game coming up, make sure you get over to oosh.co.uk, our season-long sponsors here at Redmen TV, and get involved, because what's not to love about free, and what's not to love about the chance to win a Mercedes-Benz, £500 cash, £1,000 cash, etc. But yeah, let's do this, shall we? Liverpool Leeds, a game that, you know, in recent memory gave us one hell of a bloody nose, but I'm sure tonight will be absolutely fine, because why wouldn't it? It started so smoothly, let's be honest, why wouldn't it continue in the same manner? We do have team news. I will read it out to you, and Liverpool line up as follows. Alisson Becker in goal, Virgil van Dijk, Ibu Konate, Florian Wirtz, Dom Szoboszlai, Conor Bradley, Curtis Jones, Hugo Ekitike, Andy Robertson, Jamie Frimpong, and Ryan Gravenberch is the 11. Not in that order, because Ryan Gravenberch will not be playing up front. That's just how Liverpool like to do it numerically now. And the subs bench consists of Mamardashvili, Kirkez, Alexis McAllister, Federico Chiesa, Cody Gakpo, Calvin Ramsey, Trey Naoni, Rio Gamoa, and Welity Lucky. So just down to one keeper on the bench, which means one thing: we're getting some actual bona fide, ready to go outfield lads fit and available, which is positive. In terms of talking points from that, then, Dom Szoboszlai naturally comes straight back into the 11. That was never really in doubt, was it? Let's be honest. After that, yeah, Conor Bradley comes back. Obviously, Curtis Jones retains his place in the side, and I think there's a conversation to be had around that. I think he's been exceptional of late, and I think he deserves and warrants to keep his place, because he's been that good. His form has dictated that. And the flip side of that is the fact that Alexis McAllister has been benched for this one. What do we make of that? Because I am, and one person who may or not be in the chat will attest to this, I am probably Alexis McAllister's biggest fan, and was a huge advocate early on the season of, oh, he'll come good. It's just a matter of time before his form starts to show again. However, it hasn't really happened. And I think his fitness has been found wanting. And like I say, his performances have certainly been found wanting. And now we've got one or two lads back available. There's definitely still two right backs playing in Jamie Frimpong and Conor Bradley, albeit Frimpong will play obviously a lot higher. But the second Arne Slot had an opportunity not to play, and he'll probably frame it as a rest when it comes to McAllister. He's done exactly that. So, yeah, I think it is worthy of a discussion. And again, I think whilst Curtis Jones' form was warranted, his continued place in the starting 11, I think Alexis McAllister's probably at the other end of the scale, personally. And again, I absolutely love him, but that's kind of just where I'm at right now. Dan, hello, Gibbo, my friend. Happy New Year to Redmen TV. Happy New Year to yourself. Hope we are, ready, and I hope we're not too hungover and I hope we're feeling good because we need everybody in fine voice. Thank you very much, Tokyo Bear. Listen, we power through, don't we? It wasn't the plan, but these things happen. Let's be honest. You've just got to make the most of it. Alex Reddock is feeling a little bit rough. Hopefully, the Reds can cheer you up a little bit because the last thing anybody hungover needs tonight is a difficult night's work watching their football team, let's be honest. So fingers crossed the Reds can bring a little bit of joy and just ease to proceedings, let's be honest. Thank you very much, Tokyo Bear, as well. Appreciate that. Happy New Year to you. I love Tokyo. I had the pleasure of visiting your wonderful city earlier on this year for the pre-season tour, and it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, quad pod, I knew you would be. If there's one person I could count on in this chat who would be here for me tonight, it was you. So thank you so much. Frimpong up front. Yeah, we're going to discuss the team and what it might look like. Because obviously I put it out. I had to make one last second change actually before we went live, which is why we're a little bit delayed going live to what I believed was the lineup. Let's put it like that. And it doesn't really fit in terms of the formation now that Frimpong's playing, because you could only imagine Frimpong be nowhere near as central as you can see on the screen there, and he would occupy a more right-sided role and Szoboszlai drop in to the central midfield role. Essentially, that would be the obvious change there. And you probably keep the diamond in some description. I think Curtis stays where he is, Ekitike, and probably Florian Wirtz in behind with Frimpong offering width as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the bench. Is that true? Can I just check that? Sorry. I would be really surprised. I'll just bring the Leeds team up now because that would be interesting. That isn't the plan, my mate. Errol, I am sure, is on his way into the building and will be here very shortly. Yeah, I'm sure that's happening. Pray for me a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to be a long old night of me talking. But let's just see how we get on. I imagine right wing for Frimpong. I can't see him playing centre mid, let's be honest. I think he's actually been really good of late in that right wing position. I just heard the door go outside. Exciting. But yeah, I can't imagine we'll see Jamie Frimpong playing a centre mid role. To be fair, his skill set doesn't really suit. I'm just trying to peek around the corner to see if anybody is arriving. Let me just bring the Leeds team up whilst we do Leeds United. Here we go on Twitter. Don't know who was last on this laptop, but they need their eyes testing because the zoomed in nature of this is absolutely outrageous. There we go. Perry in goal, James Justin, Goodmanson, Ball now. He's new on me. Errol, my friend, how are we? Good man. Bihol, Struich, Ampadu, Gruev, Anton Stack, Aronson, and Nemecha. So yeah, as suggested in the comments, no Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which is really, really surprising. Quite pleasing, actually, because I was concerned about the presence of Dominic Calvert-Lewin tonight because, let's have it right, he's been absolutely on fire in recent weeks. I think it's a 6 in 6 for him. But yeah, do you want to come in? Yeah, come in. Yeah. Come and join me, man. Happy New Year, mate. All the best. All the best. Good?
I'm good, yeah.
Good.
Not too bad yourself?
Also, everybody. Yeah, can't complain. Mate. Yeah, we're powering on.
Good stuff.
Yeah, have a good one.
I did. I really did, yeah. I enjoyed it, man. It was a good couple of days.
Yeah, get up to much, or?
To be honest, I've been around the family quite a lot.
Okay.
I've had the baby quite a few days as well over the Christmas, so it's been nice. Yeah,
we are live to like loads of people, by the way. We just
what's happening, people?
Just shooting the shit quickly. Yeah, nice to see you. Anyway, yeah, you've seen the team? That isn't the team, by the way. Joe's about to sort that team. Have you seen the actual?
I haven't seen the actual team.
Okay. Well, the lineup is correct in terms of the 11. The bench needs a tweak or two happening to it, but yeah, Dom Szoboszlai's come straight back in.
Of course.
Naturally, yeah. Alexis McAllister has dropped to the bench. So that's probably the biggest talking point. I think the fact he's gone McAllister out, because it feels like 4 or 5 weeks ago, McAllister was in amongst the first names on the team sheet and Curtis Jones might have been the 4 guy. I think that shows you where we're at in terms of those two in their form, really.
I think probably just based on form at the moment, yeah, because obviously McAllister was a mainstay throughout all of last season, obviously into this season. Okay, he had a bit of an injury, comes back a little bit later than everybody else in terms of the pre-season. But him and Jones, they both kind of had moments, but they've had moments where they just not look like they've been up for it as well at the same time. And then I think it's been obviously quite public. Jones came out, made a big statement, said obviously the team is pretty low at the moment. We need a big kick up our arse. I think he used some expletives as well. And ever since then, he's kind of found his groove, or he seems to have matured in a way where he wants to just kind of have a little bit more ownership over what happened within this squad this season.
Saying all the right things as well to go with that, like
So to go, hand in hand with it. And McAllister's just tailed off a little bit for us. And in terms of this new setup, or at least the diamond midfield, I think having someone that you can bring in off the bench is always going to be important. So for me, I'm not going to be overly worried. I think we've probably got the strongest. Is Frimpong in there as well?
Yeah. So that shape, it'd be Szoboszlai for Frimpong, I would imagine, in terms of how they line up.
Okay.
But yeah, Frimpong is starting again. Yeah,
starting again. Okay, so
obviously Chiesa's the other one to come out of the side, and obviously Kirk has.
I think that's to be expected, though. Well,
what did you make?
We're gonna have this conversation again. Like, Kirkes is one of them guys that, like, the manager will roll the dice on every now and again because he gives it his all every time he plays for us. And I think that's fair to say to him at this point now. Whenever opportunities he's been given, he does look like he gives it absolutely everything and leaves nothing on the pitch, so that's fine. Yeah. It's just, I don't think there's a level of trust there that the manager feels he can have you in a consecutive run of games to do that exact same level of output. Now, whether that comes with goals and assists, we don't know, but I still just don't think he's prepared to give him that run in this side. So, yeah, Chiesa might come in the odd game over the next, what we've got an extended period of Salah and all the rest of it, so he might come in a couple more times. Obviously FA Cup earlier in January as well. There's probably 3 or 4 games where he could come in feasibly, even if it's not just appearances off the bench as well, but I don't expect to see him start in 3 games. I still don't expect to see it, and like, people might think, why not still, but I just don't think the manager trusts him, so it's not in his plan.
Well, I think the noise around the necessity for Chiesa to start more games will have dampened somewhat after the weekend. I thought he was perfectly fine at the weekend. But I just don't.
But what are people expecting him to do? No,
because he hadn't started, so I get that.
But people have got this idea of what Chiesa is, and we all have to just kind of be a little bit more realistic with it and understand that, like,
but I think there
is a talent in there, and it's going to be, it's going to be frustrating, but at the same time, it might look explosive in one game, and the next game it might just look a little bit sterile. Like, that might just be the nature of how he is, because we're not trying to get him consistent runs of games.
He's not that guy.
He's not that guy. Yeah, so it's like, is Chiesa in the squad on that day feeling himself? And if he is, then you might get a little more out of him. But if he's just going through the motions on a day, then he's going to look like he's just going through the motions.
But I think that the issue was, though, that such was the clamour to see more of him, that performance left a lot to be desired. I think if that was his audition for more Premier League games, he didn't pass it. Like, again, he was perfect. I feel like I'm being really disrespectful, but the very next opportunity slot's got to get him out of the team because 1 or 2 more lads have become available. Dom Szoboszlai, obviously, he's not involved.
I think he was always going to be a casualty. I genuinely think he was always going to be a casualty.
Yeah. Like, you're right to mention the Barnsley game in the FA Cup, because that's coming up. The only other part of this story, and we'll just finish on Chiesa with this, is there are murmurings around interest from Italy, Juventus, as there always is any transfer window. Cool. But would you be tempted?
It depends what comes in the other way. Do you know what I mean? Because I say, as much as I'm much a realist that we're probably not going to see Chiesa do 5 games on the spin, I'd still need somebody that can come in and fill in the gaps where, if he's going to go missing, there's somebody there that can cover those odd games here and there. And ideally, depending on what the level of interest is, but if Liverpool have got the appetite to spend the money, I'd rather get somebody that can come in and get me those 5 games on the spin, if the form and the quality is befitting of them getting that, that start in the team. Happy for Liverpool to go and do that business, but I don't think the squad's the biggest as it is right now, so I'm not looking to just lose squad numbers for the sake of losing squad numbers, if I'm being honest.
No, that's absolutely fair, and that's kind of where I'd stand on it as well, to be honest with you. And there are some rumours around the Reds, of course, when it comes to transfers. We might touch on them a little bit later in the fan interactive section of the night, but for now we're going to concentrate on the matter at hand, which of course is Liverpool against Leeds United. So we've just been through a little bit of the Liverpool team. We'll continue to do that in due course, but the Leeds team, Errol, is arguably more interesting.
Go on.
Because there's no Dominic Calvert-Lewin,
he's on a bit of a run at the minute, isn't he? Bit of a run since he scored against us.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped scoring.
Yeah, that's it.
But beyond that, actually, he's caused us problems in the past, as you mentioned very recently up at Elland Road, of course, which is a game that we got embroiled in a contest for no particular reason. But he is a handful, full stop, and he kind of epitomises what Leeds have been all about recently: physicality, full of running, all the things we don't like actually in football teams and opposition. But It's an interesting call from Farke not to go with him. Like, it may well be fitness related because obviously it's a really intense period and what have you. But yeah, no Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If you'd have told me that 20 minutes ago,
he's on
the bench.
Yeah,
I would have been, and now therefore am made up.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, he has been their prolific striker in the last 4 to 6 weeks, really. It might not even be that long, but he's just in a really, really good purple patch at the minute. And I think once, the lads have probably, or his team have probably looked at it and thought, well, do you know what? How much longer can this go on for? And are we at risk of burnout because of the injury record that Dominic Calvert-Lewin's had in the past? So there's probably an intelligent level of managing his minutes there and understanding that, we was, on paper when all the fixtures come out, you're probably not expecting to get 4-6 points out of Liverpool in the season if they're the defending champions. It's probably fair to say. It's no
certainly not at Anfield. Yeah.
So to say to go out there and be a little bit more compact and say, well, we're going to see even less of the ball because we're at Anfield, and they're going to be few and far between moments where we can actually kind of hit Liverpool on the break. You might just think, if I can condense your work rate into 30 minutes or 25 minutes, that might be enough in terms of where our game plan is. That's probably the only real thinking and logic I can put behind it, but it's a big call from the manager side, because at the end of the day, you've got to be in the game long enough. I know Liverpool have not really looked so sure of shoring things up. Again, you can talk about the Ellen Road game a couple of weeks back. It's a case in point, but at Anfield, you would fancy if Liverpool can get the noses in front and manage the game a little bit more effectively. It might be too late before you can roll the dice on Dominic Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really surprised, and to the point as well, there's been 5 or 6 people in the chat now prior to the team news coming out and us discussing it, saying we need to keep control of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. No,
hello, just
echo in here. But yeah, and that kind of speaks to what we're talking about. He was the one I was certainly most concerned about, and that's not to be disrespectful to anybody else they have gone with. But actually, there's quite a few changes in the Leeds lineup. Now, they're 5 games unbeaten, a couple of big wins in there, including one over Chelsea and Crystal Palace recently as well. But the lineup they went with, I was going to bring this up on my phone, I'm going to talk through it. It's obviously Perry in goal again. They've got no Joe Rodon, we know about that. He's missing through injury. Bogle's not starting. He started that game as well. They've obviously gone no Okafor either tonight. So they have made a few changes. A couple of them enforced, granted, through injury and stuff like that. But the bench, there's some recognisable names on that bench. So it kind of speaks to what you're saying. Even Tanaka, real handful, really busy midfielder everywhere. Joel Pirro's another one. Willie Nonto's one. They've rested some. They've at least rotated some big hitters, whether it's rested or not. So do you see it as Farke kind of looking at the game and going, our run's been brilliant, but I need to reserve some energy for what's to come? Because this, realistically, now Liverpool have turned the corner somewhat. They're paying us a lot of respect by resting players in a way.
Yeah, they are paying us a lot of respect. But again, as I say, those games on paper, when you look at it from the fixtures at the start of the season, you think, all right, if we can get a point from Anfield or, just not get it, again, depending on Liverpool's form, but the form that we're in at the moment, just go there and keep the game respectable. He'll take that for 60, 70 minutes. And then if there's an opportunity for him to roll the dice and he feels like there's an opportunity for it, then why not? I think that's his best bet at this moment in time. I think the pressure's on Liverpool. Liverpool have got to go out there, deliver. Liverpool have got to go out there and put another result in. And again, it would be 4. Would it be 4 in the league on the bounce then?
Wins,
yeah. So it'd be the 4th, so which is good. And then obviously you've got Fulham to come before the Arsenal game. So the big incentives for Liverpool there, I think he's just making sure that he's boxing smart and thinking, right, well, this is a marathon, not a sprint, and I don't really need to go hell for leather to get 3 points at Anfield at this point in the season. And again, I don't even think Leeds fans could probably criticise him for that, really. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's it, because you just
it's
don't
not the same Liverpool of 5 weeks ago where you think
they're there for the taking.
They're there for the taking, let's go for the jugular type of thing.
Well, we played Leeds at that time and they smelled blood even in that game, and we looked to have it in our control, and then they went, well, these aren't anything like the Liverpool we've been.
We've not come on leaps and bounds since then, but again, I give us
enough.
that. I feel like there's enough. I feel like I give us that Anfield atmosphere and the home advantage. All of those preparations that go into it. Again, even this particular 11 in that formation just seems to be a little bit more settled now. And as I say, it's not a complete 90-minute performance by any means, but I just think, as you keep saying, there's probably been enough there now. When another team weighs it up, especially the team at the level of Leeds, you probably look at it and think, actually, we don't need to go hell for leather.
Not the one to take chances on, And obviously we don't know the inner workings of the Leeds squad and sort of their sports science department and just how close to that red zone, one or two of their big players might be, but it's definitely a surprise Leeds lineup, in my opinion. Anyway, we'll come back to the Reds then. The only other, I guess, major talking point from that is Andy Robertson back in for Milos Kerkez, because, yeah, it sounds. I did the Uncensored Match build-up show this week with Andy and Steve, and we did pose the question, does Robbo come back? I was of the mind that you keep rolling with Kerkez, because I think we've seen the best consistent spell of Milos Kerkez in Liverpool shirt.
That's it.
So kind of why put a halt to it? You know what I mean? That was my take anyway, so give me yours.
Again, I'm still of the opinion where this season I was quite happy for them both to just share the role, and how the manager chooses to do it is up to the manager. And I think, again, on paper, when you look at it, you think Leeds, the league, at home against them, yeah, you could go Robbo there and it should be a safe bet all day. Do you know what I mean? You're not leaving yourself in any real danger. Again, I do agree with your point, however, that, there probably has been the best period of Kerkez since he's been in a Liverpool shirt, which is encouraging and it's good to see. But again, I still think it sets the right message to him to say, well, if you want it to be your spot consistently, those 6.5s and 7s and 7.5s that you've put in recently, they have to be 7.5s every single week for me to justify not giving Robbo 1 in 3. Do you know what I mean? Or 1 and 4, and I think that's the right level of motivation, especially because he just didn't hit the ground running, did he? So I think it's always been at that point, all right then, well, it's got to be on merit, it's got to be on form, and I just don't think there's any real rush. I think that's probably a good thing that Slot's not, or considering at this moment in time, not just sticking, because even though the formation changed, if he just stuck and then his form goes back, he's then got to revert back to type where if he just keeps them both on the boil, and he can pull either one in at any given time, I'd like to suggest that we're going to get the best out of a Robertson and the best out of a Kerkez for the next foreseeable future anyway.
No, I tend to agree with that, absolutely, yeah. And I think it is, listen, I think playing Andy Robertson at any given moment is I never view that as a negative thing. No. I just think, like I say, conversely, if you just ran with Kerkez for a little bit longer, because he did have that really up and down, beginning start, that once you finally found the formula with him, which I think he's even suggested is just having the better the people around him. Yeah,
and I still don't think that's the formula, because I still don't think we're set on the Frimpong Bradley side either. So
no.
I feel like if he's going to put Kerkez there, it's because there's going to be a balance and force on the other side where he can consistently.
Yeah, I meant more the interchanging, because obviously I'm not going to say he doesn't want to play with Gakpo, because that's too far. But him and Gakpo clearly aren't on the same wavelength. That's clear for everyone to see. Whereas he's spoken outwardly about his relationship and understanding with Flavien Wirtz and seemingly Curtis Jones. Those three, that triangle has got a really good thing going.
Yeah.
That's why I've been tempted just to run with it for a little bit longer. But I'm not annoyed by the fact that Andy Robertson's coming far from it,
Yeah, no. Again, I think for me, it just goes down to keeping them both on the boil. If we can keep them both on the boil, because we know what Robertson's going to give us. So as you say, if Wirtz and Jones are now form that connection, well, Robertson's only going to reinforce that and back that up, because he just does it with a level of professionalism that you expect. He's going to be mature enough to know the right passes, make the right runs, still be engaged in the game enough, and they're smart enough to keep feeding him and getting him involved as well. So I don't see it as a massive setback in Liverpool's back line at all. And I think, the more Kerkez can understand the reading of the game from a little bit of a distance as well, I think in the long run it's probably going to do him some good. So I'm quite happy.
It's no bad thing, and as you referenced already, there's still a lot of games to be played over the coming weeks. Like both of them, there's ample opportunity for minutes for both, and having Andy Robertson get some minutes in his legs, I'm not looking at that as a negative whatsoever. Right, the next, somebody brought it up conveniently in the chat there. Will we change shape during set pieces, do you think? Now, I'm not going to ask you that question necessarily, but the interesting talking point around that was Aaron Biggs this week losing his job. So before we go into what it might mean tonight, thoughts? Fair? Not fair?
Maybe we share set pieces, bro. What do you mean? Like,
no, but
so, again, right.
Something had to give.
Well, do you know what it is, right? Because I've been saying for a while, it was at the point for me where something internal, something radical had to change internally within the club, and there was a few options on the table. And we had to be very honest about what those options were.
That was low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, exactly. That is like, all right, the set pieces aren't working, so he can go. Right, there's an issue with some of your personnel that are starting games, right? Some of them might have to hold bench. They might not like it, but they might have to hold bench, because there's only a few of those that you can start to, like, the dominoes that you go through before the big domino has to fall. So I've got to give the setup, the chance now to rectify. Okay, well, you know, I'm glad that Liverpool are winning football games without Mohamed Salah's presence. That's a good thing for Liverpool as a whole. I want to see us now get rid of a guy that was not helping us deliver on the pitch. Okay, if you can bring us some new ideas, or the guys can go back to basics and just get the job done, and we start to look a little bit better as a whole, that's better for Liverpool. Again, that gives the manager more confidence, and that gives him a little bit more belief that yes, he can start to really implement what he's trying to achieve over the long-term period, because I still think he probably thinks he's on eggshells. He probably thinks, 2 bad results on the spin, and, people could be asking questions all over again. We just need to slowly start to build momentum, and if you've got to cut away a little bit of deadwood in the meantime, then I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. I'm not going to lie. Football, it's an elite sport, man. Yeah. Like, it's bad the timing, do you get me? I don't want anyone really to be out of a job over Christmas and a New Year.
At least they had his Christmas, to be fair.
Yeah, but
Happy New Year, having
you've probably been compensated very well for what you was doing at the time, and as I say, you probably won't struggle to get another job, so good luck.
No, my only issue with it, and I don't know in the workings of Liverpool either, is how it's been handled. I hope it's been handled in a way where they offered him his old job back, the job he was hired to do in the first place back, because he wasn't hired as a set-piece coach.
No.
He was hired as Vito Matos' replacement, and then kind of took over set-piece responsibilities in September. So I'd like to think they had the conversation around maybe returning to his former duties, or I don't know. Obviously, we may never know, but I at least hope they give him the option. And he might have chose just to walk away and shake hands and see you later and just cut ties, which is fair.
Which is fair, and that's fine, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, as I say, I'm only interested in what happens with the players once they go out on that pitch and the output that they give us. And look, if set pieces have been an area where it's been not only an Achilles heel, it's not even been an Achilles heel because we've just been begging it to just every single one. We've just, or not every single one, but like you can see, and the worst ones are when like we can see them and then their heads go down because they know there's like a really deep rooted issue, and all of a sudden the confidence looks shaky, against Spurs or, teams where you just think, why are we conceding daft goals? And then all of a sudden, the heads just aren't there anymore, and you think, okay, now we're worrying. Like, we need to find a way to get that out of our system, and now look, we're in a new year. Do you know what I mean? Like, we in the nicest possible way, there's an opportunity there to really draw a line under 2025, because it was an emotional year for as highs could be, the lows were at the complete other end of the spectrum. So this is an opportunity for a clean slate, and I think where Liverpool are trying to go in the direction they're trying to go in, I want us to be in more keeping with what's going on with the league at this moment in time. I always say, from the 13-14 when Skirtle went on a madness and scored 7 from corners, I was like, you need a centre half who's just going to crash it in the box a couple times and score you those extra goals that just kind of give you a little bit of an edge, when you're on top in the game and you score from a corner, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, because the open play goals then come afterwards. I've been saying it for such a long time. I see Gabriel do it for Arsenal and think he's the best at it. And again, I love our centre halves and I love the attributes that they've got, but they don't have that killer edge in the opposition's box in the same level. I don't know what it is, and I don't know whether it can be coached into them at this point in their careers, but I want more of it at the club.
Well, I think we've spoke about it in the past as well, about the needs for more goals from set pieces, and this predates this season. It predates the conversations people have been having for weeks on end, because you're right, you look up and down the land, look up and down the Premier League, and teams are creating different opportunities left, right and centre, being quite imaginative with it.
They wanted to work on long throws in the summer, but then quickly realised...
They abandoned that.
Yeah, Joe Gomez he's the only one who can really do it.
I saw, literally...
Like, come on, what are we doing?
I saw Meet You Away, Ryan Gravenberch having a crack, and it wasn't particularly inspiring. Like, I love Ryan Gravenberch, but long throws are not. Rory Delap, he is not. Let's put it like that, you know what I mean? So they've worked a few things around, and they've tried the best, but ultimately, one thing we know for sure, Binks couldn't carry on.
No, yeah. And that's
in the job. That was
who was the guy when Salah does the one at City last season?
Yeah.
Do you know which one I'm on about?
Yeah, I know what you're on about. Yeah.
Like who's?
But we had no specialist set piece.
I want more NFL type plays, and I know that sounds stupid. A lot of people say it's the Prem, the game.
No, right.
I like, but teams aren't always switched on. Corner taking, like these things where you can you can capitalise on moments. If there's somebody that's job just sit there and analyses all the corners from all the teams and how they take them, who sets up where, who goes where and when, it's like a pattern to somebody. And if you've got that kind of brain, you can very quickly work a setup that can kind of capitalise on that. And I'd just like to have some of those ideas in and around the club. They might not always work, but if you've got a little trump card or if you see something, it just gives you an extra edge. And we did it against a really good City side last season, and I'd like to just see us pick and choose those opportunities again. But you've got to have the architect there drawing it up, and Slot's obviously not been that guy. Briggs's ideas didn't live up to it, so Liverpool have got some recruitment to do in it again.
Yeah, I'm sure they will re-enter the LinkedIn universe to try and hire another set-piece coach at some point. Keep an eye out for that advert. But yeah, you're absolutely spot on, and you see it again. I've watched Fulham the other week come up with quite a inventive corner routine, and that led to a goal, and we just have lacked massively in that department. And with the aerial prowess we've got and the quality we've got from dead ball situations, we just need to do better ultimately. I
agree.
Right, let's discuss a little bit more about this team, shall we? We've been asked a question actually about Jeremy Frimpong, the right winger, and what have we made of that? I've been quite impressed with the past couple of games from Jeremy Frimpong. Having been, listen, injuries obviously played a massive part as to why his Liverpool career never really kicked into gear to begin with. But I was a little bit, unsure about Jeremy Frimpong, if I'm being really honest. But his last two performances in particular have really sort of opened my eyes to the possibilities there, because one thing he possesses, which cannot be questioned, is raw pace. So I'm excited to see more of it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, he's a confident player. But I also think there's a little, if his boy's doing well in Verts, I think he's doing well in himself as well, because he's a very flamboyant, very confident type of personality. And I think while there's been a little bit of a cloud, not necessarily, again, while there's been a little bit of, people have been sceptical of the level of Vert at times, that's probably been in and around the clubs. These players have probably felt it and probably understood it. And again, you could see when Vert scored how much it meant to him and everybody else the other day. He was all made up for him. So they'll have heard the noises and the memes and the trolling and all the rest of it. I just think he probably feels, when I'm at my best, when my boy's at my best, and when my boy's at my best, I'm going to be at my best. And that kind of infectious energy that they have just bounces between them. So I think that's definitely helping him. And then again, obviously the side now starting to look a little bit more, stable to an extent. As I say, I still don't think it's been 90 minutes, scintillating football by any means, but it's been effective. And in terms of one of the things I've probably been most impressed by is probably the game management's probably got a little bit better. Again, it feels like we understand how to play a 90-minute game of football again, as opposed to we're knocking on the door, we're a little bit shaky, and then we're waiting for the last 10 minutes, and then we're really going for it and going for the jugular to try and get a late winner or hang on to a game or try and get our way back into it, and the formation goes mad. I think Frimpong will benefit having Bradley behind him as well, because he's going to have the instinct to want to go backwards, but at the same time he'll understand that he's not the sole person to have to be back there as well, and he's got to give us that extra little bit of whiff going either way. So I'm happy with him at the moment. As I say, it's time now for Vert, Ekitike, Frimpong, Kerkers when they come in. I think they should all be looking to have. I always say sometimes when you're watching a game and you think, wow, how have we played that first 45 minutes so bad? We can't play another 45 minutes as bad as that fit. Same players can come out, but they will not play as bad as that in the next 45 minutes. I feel as you could say that for most of those. But Ekitike, that might be a little bit harsh, but you could probably say they're not going to have as bad the second half of the season as they did the first. No. And again, they've all got their own little extenuating circumstances like we've spoken about. But in terms of availability, quality, and then output and performances, I think they should all be looking to have a better second half of the season. And if that happens, I don't see how the mainstay players from last season then struggle in terms of form if everybody's playing better around them.
No, 100%. Yeah, they will all be looking for that, It's quite a cliche, isn't it? But new year, new me type vibe. They will.
I'm feeling, if I'm going through the whole new year, new me, that's the least I'm expecting from me players.
Florian Wirtz on Instagram, be up more than I next week.
Well, but that'll be me by the end. Trust me.
I'm going to ask you some New Year's resolutions later on, actually, and you guys in the chat, so start thinking about them. No, yeah, listen, you're right, though, because for various reasons. Some of them will be quite happy. Hugo Ekitike falls into this category of how his Liverpool career has gone thus far, but still he'll be looking at himself and going, I'm capable of more. Florian Wirtz, definitely.
He should be thinking, bro, like, I came here to win trophies. Like, I'm on now. Something's got to be getting won this season. These man won the Premier League last year. It might not look like we're going to do that, whatever. I'm out here now. To win something because I've become good, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Right, we'll start to wrap up this part of the show and then I'm going to do a fan interactive show with you all. But a couple more things before we do. As the comment suggests there, Liverpool have an opportunity here to give themselves a little bit of breathing room, dare I say, when it comes to Premier League table. Currently sat in 4th with game in hand behind Aston Villa. 7 points adrift of them right now. Managerless Chelsea behind us.
I know, that's mad. But the writing was on the wall from when he kicked off the other day in the presser, wasn't
he? He brought this upon himself. He certainly made it public.
Watch them go and fucking win the Champions League.
Oh,
this season. Watch. They'll get some next guy in and they'll just go on a madness in the Champions League.
Some random former player will be there. Jody Morris. Oh, yeah, anyway.
At least get to a Champions League final because we're winning it. So at least get to a Champions League final.
But for us, this is an opportunity. It has to be viewed as that, and we know we've had our problems recently, but it's massive.
Opportunity for what though? What's your kind of expectations from this point then?
I mean, a comfortable top 4 finish. Okay. I don't want to be embroiled in a top 4 scrap. You know, years gone by, we had top 4 races. I'm talking sort of pre-Klopp era a little bit, including Klopp era slightly as well. I don't want to be in that mess where we leave that to Chelsea and Man United and whoever else wants to get involved. Comfortably top 4. That then allows us to have a conversation about Champions League.
Okay.
Who knows about the FA Cup, whether we take that seriously or not. It might not be a priority, kind of whatever. That will deal with itself as and when. But if we can just firm ourselves up, possibly leapfrog Aston Villa at some point, who knows, and establish ourselves as comfortably the 3rd best side this season, listen, if you're dreaming, you might have a conversation about something else. But right now, that's all I care about. Get ourselves well and truly cemented and not looking over our shoulder, not looking in the wing, but just looking ahead and what's possible between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I'm fully on board with it as well. Fully on board with it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. Right then. Sound. We'll do this then, shall we? I will start to wrap up this bit and we'll do a fan interactive show and you can come back in a bit. Is that right? Let's do that. Arne Slot spoke earlier this week, and I mean earlier this week, like it was ages ago. But here he is, so you can hear it anyway. See you soon.
Just wanted to ask you about Florian again, if you don't mind. You talked about how physically he's got fitter. I just wonder, off the pitch, is it also maybe just getting used to the country and the lifestyle as well, that he's maybe just become a bit more comfortable because he's still a young man, I suppose, as well, making a big move from his own country.
Yeah, he's the only one who could answer that question. I can only answer from my experience, being an old man, or at least much older than him, and the first few months in a different country, because it was also my first experience going abroad, is different. Your life is a bit upside down, and that for a manager is probably not the biggest problem because I don't have to perform on the pitch, but I could fully understand that some individuals, some players need a bit of time to adapt off the pitch as well. But the biggest adaptation is if you come from abroad, this league, how intense it is. Because again, today I think even when we play once a week, you could see that Hugo had a cramp after 70, 75 minutes, and I didn't took Florian out because he played bad. I took him out because he was hardly able to keep on running anymore. And that is also a bit the situation we're in, but also that tells you about the new players we've brought in, how big of a step it is to adjust to these intensity levels.
Can I also ask about Curtis Jones? 4th game in a row he's played 90 minutes. How much has he been maybe enjoying the responsibility? Because it felt like he really got on the ball today and was really driving the midfield in the absence of someone like Dominic, for example.
Yeah, I think that's always one of his main qualities, that he always wants to have the ball no matter what the situation is. That is 99 out of 100 times very positive. Sometimes it's also smarter maybe to stay away from the ball or not bring yourself in a difficult situation. But even if it's a really difficult situation, he had one in the corner. He was able to bring himself out of the situation and play the ball to Ryan. So I think the first and most positive thing for him is that he's able to stay fit for 4 or 5 games in a row now. And he's played indeed 90 minutes every single time. That might have to do a bit with his performance. But if you look at our bench, you didn't saw any player that is a midfielder that has played more than 10 minutes in the Premier League so far. So that's why I'm so pleased with our current results, because if we would have dropped points, people would have probably talked about the fact how many players we miss. But we don't drop points, so that's why no one is talking about the players we miss. Maybe because they only talk about how much we spent.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Redmen TV and your watch-along. There's a word. Watch-along. Liverpool taking on Leeds United at Anfield tonight. We are 35 and a bit minutes away from kickoff. This is the part of the night where we talk about literally anything you so wish. Get your questions in, opinions. It can be about the team, it can be about expectations for the season, how you think the match is going to go, predictions, literally you name it, the world is your oyster. Transfers are also no holds barred. Go nuts, enjoy yourselves. It's 2026 after all. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. I am gonna have a quick chat about Joel Ordonez. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his surname. Hopefully we have to learn how to pronounce his surname properly, because hopefully he becomes a Liverpool player in the not too distant future. There's been a lot of paper and online talk about the player in the past 24 hours. Literally, as the window opens, the gossip, the rumour mill began. It's an interesting one. Listen, I think the first thing to say is I'm desperate for us to sign a centre-half this window. I think it's really, really important that we do, not just for the short term, but also for the medium and long term. And I think it's quite short-sighted to just kind of go, well, if it's not Mark Gahey, then forget it and we'll wait for Mark Gahey, because A, you don't know if you're actually going to get Mark Gahey. Now listen, you could have a handshake and you could agree to do the deal in the summer for free, which makes a whole ton of sense, and I would quite like to sign Mark Gahey, whether that be now or for nothing in a few months' time. However, I think we need more than one, is probably the first point I'd make. Because I think there's a requirement to bring one in now. Obviously, we know about Leone's injury. We also know Leone will come back, and therefore we do still own him as a footballer, so he will be a viable option for us. And I think we were all suitably impressed by his performance pre-injury. But he's still a kid. He's going to come back from an ACL injury. Who knows how long it'll take him to be ready once again, because you've got to start all over again a little bit in terms of his Liverpool life anyway. Obviously, the Ibrahim Konate contract situation remains up in the air at best, and you'd have to say right now, given the fact he can speak to foreign clubs today, the likelihood is he will leave as things stand. So there's at least one spot about to open up beyond what we know already. Joe Gomez's future, I would be reticent to say he will 100% be a Liverpool player post the summer transfer window, just because injuries remain a constant with Joe, unfortunately. And the fact that when he is fit, does he really get the minutes that he wants? Probably not, you'd have to say. So I think the time might be now for him to move on. He nearly went to Newcastle 18 months ago. He nearly went to AC Milan 6 months ago. So there's a good chance he may well actually move on at some point further down the line. So yeah, the whole point I'm trying to make is I think at least one centre-back this window would be nice to bring in, because the likelihood is you're going to bring another one in the summer anyway. And Virgil van Dijk is the final point on the centre-back department as well, because still boss now, yeah, probably likely still be excellent next season. Do we give him another contract extension beyond that year when his contract runs out again? Possibly, and kind of why not? But you're not going to continue to use him every game. You might still get the same levels, but in order to do that, you might need to rest him a little bit more. So we're really, really thin on centre-backs right now, and we need to bulk it out a lot. And I don't see the issue with starting now. And if Joel Ordonez is the one they're identified as a viable candidate for that, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Club Brugge right now, 21 years of age, 14 times capped by Ecuador already. So decent experience at international level for, one of the strongest nations in South America, it's fair to say. And I just had a quick look at some of his stats. 23 appearances so far this season, 15 in the Belgian Pro League. So to be trusted at what is a good standard across Europe that many times for one of the better teams in that league is quite impressive. 6 Champions League appearances so far this season as well. So yeah, decent level of exposure, I'd say, for somebody so young too. So yeah, from that perspective, makes quite a lot of sense. So haven't seen loads of him. I'd be lying if I said I had. I'll continue to do a little bit of research if the rumour remains and if James Pearce doesn't come and shoot it down. But yeah, it's quite an exciting one. And ultimately, whether he's the answer now and whether we can come in and immediately compete with Ibrahim Konate is kind of irrelevant. We just need better than this, but we need bodies through the door a little bit. Liverpool won't view it like that. Liverpool will view we only sign the creme de la creme. We only want the absolute best, which is kind of where the Gahey or nothing thing comes from. But I would go further than that. I think it's got to be Mark Gahey and whoever the target to option B is, they are required as well. Because if they're not required now, they will be at some point anyway. So fast forward some plans, Liverpool, is what I'm trying to say. And the talk is £43 million for Adonis as well, which in today's market isn't necessarily a king's ransom. So yeah, interesting one. But again, my main point on the whole thing is Liverpool really need to sign a centre-half because we are one injury away from crisis back there. We will be brilliant today, says Teddy. Hopefully, that's kind of the plan. It'd be nice to start 2026 in a little bit of style, wouldn't it? And I do wonder, and I kind of have this thought process almost every game, like, what do we want? Now, ultimately, the answer is a win, and a win at all costs. But is it ever more than that? Because I definitely do. Do people come into games like today and say, well, I want the points, and by any means possible, give me that. But do you want to see a little bit of swagger? Do you want to see a little bit of style, a little bit of class, a little bit of confidence? Because we haven't oozed that recently, it's fair to say. And we've been in very commanding positions in recent weeks and somehow conspired to make a mess of it and nearly throw points away. But do we want the old Liverpool back, I guess, today? And do we want to see minute 1 to 90 just us be better than our opponents and just keep them at arm's length and not really give them a sniff? And do we want to see Verts excel again? You know, this is what I think anyway in the day before the game. Like, I don't just think, well, let's just win 1-0 and get out of Dodge. Like, I genuinely want to see signs and patterns and hope for the year ahead that we are heading in the right direction, because I think we've arrested the slide recently, but without anything added on top of it. I think we've just managed to find a way to win games of football again, which was important, but I'm starting to get towards the spell now where I want a little bit more bang for me buck in terms of what we're trying to do personally. Alison Bailey, however, has just had a belly full of roast lamb. She lives in southwest France and has been below freezing all day, currently installed on the sofa. I've never seen anybody or heard anybody installed on a sofa before, but yeah, I like that. Come on, you Reds, 2-0 prediction. Alison, hope you're well, my friend, and hope you are enjoying the southwest of France, albeit freezing cold. It's been freezing cold here, for what it's worth. You're not missing out anything weather-wise. But yeah, hope you enjoy the watch-along and indeed Liverpool's antics tonight. Hopefully they're not too chaotic, because it's been a little bit chaotic. Upper management won't bring in new players coming until they know what happens in a manager situation. It's going to end up biting us, says Creo Septics. Yeah, the manager situation. Errol said something, I can't remember what it was now. It was mid-flow earlier on. I wasn't going to interrupt him. But it did make me wonder momentarily just how... clearly very safe is the answer. But how far away from pressure is Arne Slot again? Like, again, he stopped the rot when it comes to results, and, you know, post PSV, you'd have been forgiven for thinking it was the end of the road for Arne Slot. But that's changed in recent weeks, albeit not massively so in terms of performance levels, but the results are better anyway. And I just wonder now, like, what would it take for people to start going, well, is he the man again? Because it feels like a lot of that noise and the speculation's gone away. But then, you know, maybe don't win tonight, and who knows what happens against Fulham? Are we immediately back to square one? You know what I mean? Like, once you've kind of had those problems, how have they gone away? Have people forgotten about it? Are they a thing of the past now? Or does it just take 1 or 2 dodgy results for us to start going, well, do you remember when we got battered by PSV? Yeah, he hasn't really got this, has he? You know what I mean? I'm interested by that anyway. Happy New Year, Marion. Hope you're good. We need Gahey, says Prosper. I don't know what that... Prosper Dedoom 8183. Happy New Year. Sorry, we need Mark Gahey. Yeah, we do need Mark Gahey. I'd like Mark Gahey. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. I presume we'll talk about homegrown quotas and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it feels like Calvin Ramsey will be the fall guy. Yeah, I've seen the question here now. There will be, as things stand, yeah, but the likelihood is Calvin Ramsey will just make way, unless the person who comes in is, of course, homegrown. There's a whole Harvey Elliott conversation to be had around quotas and bodies in the door as well. But that's for another day. When it comes to Harvey, I feel really, really sorry for Harvey Elliott, to be honest. But yeah, that's just a whole situation. He wasn't even on the bench against Arsenal for them the other day, and it was a very understrength bench. It's just a mess. It really, really is. But yeah, wait and see how that unfolds. I can't imagine he'd stay at Aston Villa for the remainder of the season, because it's no good for anybody right now. Let's be honest about it. Right, let's start getting some predictions in, if we can. And how do you think the game's going to go? I'm buoyed by the Leeds team news, I'll be honest. And I know I shouldn't be, because we should be able to take care of our own business and deal with our own situation and just be the better side, full stop. But I can't help but look at the Leeds side with an element of surprise, and certainly the non-inclusion, the omission of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and go, okay, if that's fitness related, kind of fair's fair, but based on form and based on Leeds' best route to potentially giving us a bloody nose today, Dominic Calvert-Lewin had to be in that starting 11, didn't he? So it's given me a little bit of more confidence and belief that we can handle what Leeds have got to throw at us. But again, time will tell, of course. But I must admit, I'm feeling good, really, really good. As is Danny S. Start 2218, who's backing a Florian Wirtz hat-trick. What I will say is, we've really started to see glimmers of Florian Wirtz, maybe even more than glimmers, at his sophisticated best. Like, what a footballer. What an intelligent operator that kid is. Not just what he does when he actually gets the ball, it's the positions and the space that he makes and takes up out of possession as well, that I've been just so impressed by. And actually, I know Josh and Chris did a big bit on Florian Wirtz this week on the deep dive, so I won't trample over it too much. I actually didn't watch it in full, but it's the fact he doesn't do the flashy, brilliant stuff all the time. He's not constantly trying to get like a highlight reel worth of passes. He's not constantly trying to be the genius, the assist maker, etc. He just does simple things really, really well. He's got an appreciation for those around him. If he thinks that Curtis Jones is better placed to play the killer ball, he lends it to Curtis Jones and let him have a go. I just love him. Just love watching him play. There are certain players that come around every now and then at Liverpool, Thiago, Bobby Firmino, who they might not be your favourite necessarily, but you just love watching them play football. And Florian Wirtz is right in that conversation, albeit very, very early days. And there's definitely more to come. And hopefully his goal the other day will be the catalyst for more, because in spite of him being a super, super confident footballer, I'm sure that the weight of expectation and the not scoring would have been starting to weigh a little bit heavy. But he's all good now. He's all good now. It's cold in Miami. That is not a sentence I ever thought I'd say out loud on this, but this happens a lot. This is why I'm here for you, Dan. Let's have a solid, no drama, 3-0. Yeah, I absolutely adore that, to be honest. Slept is the answer there. Absolutely nothing. Errol is on duty with me, Daz. He is out the back. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest with you, but he'll be back soon. Me and him will be guiding you through every single bit of action. Prediction 3-1, says Scarface. Yeah, I'd love to see. I do worry still about keeping the back door shut, in spite of everything I said about Dominic Calvert-Lewin not playing. I do still think Leeds have got enough to cause us problems, and I actually it's more a lack of trust in what we're doing. And I'm really pleased with the start 11. I'm delighted to see Frimpong get another crack at it. I think McAllister dropping into the bench is actually the smart decision, but yet still, I just don't have complete faith that we'll be smart enough to see a game out properly and in a mature manner, because there's been no evidence of it in recent times. Like that Wolves game, the last one we played, obviously, was the most obvious, cakewalk of a second half. Maybe even, pad out your score a little bit more, make it 3-4, really flex your muscles, get your clean sheet and move on full of confidence. Instead, we decided to set the whole place on fire, make it 2-1 and allow Wolves to go in confidence and nearly throw away a game that was seemingly in the palm of our hands. Utter mentality, like problems, completely and utterly. So at some point, that's going to have to stop. Why not tonight would be the point. But like I say, as it stands right now, given what happened 3 or 4 weeks ago at Ellen Road, I struggle to see us making life easy for ourselves. 3-1, 2-0, 2-0 the Reds. A lot of you are kind of on the same wavelength, I think, when it comes to how this game's going to go. I think we'll have a lot in terms of firepower, and I don't know whether Leeds will be able to handle us, certainly without Joe Rodon, who's a real sort of talisman at the back for them defensively. But up the other end of the pitch, yeah, I think Leeds are going to still have opportunities to hurt us. It'll be interesting to see. We spoke earlier on about the Aaron Briggs decision and whether it was a little bit harsh, not in terms of his continued responsibilities on set pieces, because that was a no-brainer, but whether we'll see anything different in terms of us from set pieces today. I don't think we will, personally. I think it'll be much of the same. But if we do indeed go down the route of hiring a specialist set piece coach, which I think we should, by the way, for what it's worth, maybe in time we'll start to see us be more solid at the back, and who knows, maybe even more creative in an attacking sense as well. 3-4-0, sorry, says Alex. Reverts 3 goals and assists, 2-1. I don't need a nervy 2-1 on New Year's Day, mate. I just want a nice, comfortable start to 2026. Rough 2-0. They'll have a goal cancelled by VAR in the first half, and we scored 2 at 70 and 80th minute to score scrappily. Jesus. 5-3, says Dale. Jayden Danns is back in 2 weeks. Yeah, I believe Jayden Danns has been featuring in some behind closed door stuff, actually, because the under-21s haven't played football for ages, competitively anyway. They haven't played since like back end of November, something stupid like that. But they have had a lot of friendlies, and I think Jayden has been nearing a return, let's put it like that. I hope so. I'd love for him to come back now, actually, and maybe play a few games between now and the end of January. And who knows, he may well get sent out on loan. Liverpool could also take the course of action just to keep him at the club, because Lord only knows he had enough injury problems in recent times, and sending him away somewhere where he's not necessarily in our line of sight might not be optimal. But ultimately, I just hope we can see Jayden Danns fit, playing football and scoring goals again, because that's what he does best. Tokyo Bear says, can't wait to see Sobbo after his rest, and I hadn't really considered what a rested Dominic Szoboszlai looks like, because he's so relentless with his intensity and his pressing day in, day out. It feels like the arrested Dominic Szoboszlai feels like a problem. We might have to lock the doors of Anfield to stop him running down Annie Road and getting off, to be honest, because he is going to run and run and run, which, again, without meaning to sort of lean into the Leeds lineup too much and what they haven't chosen, I'm a little bit surprised by no Tanaka, because I actually quite like Tanaka, and he offers that intensity, that energy in there, which we'd have to match at least. We'll have to match the Leeds midfield, of course we will, but Dom Szoboszlai should make life much easier in order to do that. And that's not to say that Gravenberch, Jones and a little bit of help from Florian Wirtz won't do that, but let's be honest, Dominic Szoboszlai is absolutely top of the charts when it comes to the running stats and whatever. Just an absolute animal. Steve is off today. It's Steve's daughter's birthday, so he's at home celebrating that. Chloe's in the match. Paul's at the match. That is a thing that someone said online. He is heavy, whatever. I don't know what your definition of heavy is, but he is. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Am I hearing what Sky Sports saying about Maresca? Apparently he was going against the advice of the medical staff and playing players longer than recommended, resulting in re-injuries. Well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? We're not going to do loads on the Maresca stuff, because ultimately, who cares? But again, he kind of brought this about himself slightly a couple of weeks ago by going public with his grievances around his treatment or his relationship with the hierarchy, whatever. He didn't really go into detail about who his problem was with, but he kind of alluded to the fact that it was the worst 48 hours he'd ever had at Chelsea or something like that, he said. I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me. But yeah, this all feels a little bit of his own making, slightly, and results, of course, hasn't helped, let's be honest. But if that's true about what he's been doing there, then also, like, kind of what you expect a little bit. I know managers at some point kind of have to back themselves and make their own decisions, but in this day and age, in the modern football, the way it is, the way it's structured, you can't really be ignoring sports science, especially when it then comes back to bite on the arse and you get injuries. So, yeah, nobody's surprised. He's lost his job, let's be fair. Be interesting to see where they turn next. And interesting, obviously, the Man City angle of all of that and the speculation or the conveniently timed rumour that Maresca's being lined up as a potential Pep Guardiola successor. I felt like that was to give Maresca a little bit more stock in the Chelsea job, and now he's obviously been sacked by Chelsea, so that didn't work. And yet still, the rumours around Maresca following Guardiola remain. Kind of whatever, a little bit. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see where Chelsea turn. I think Fabregas would be a pretty solid bet. I heard Roberto De Zerbi's name mentioned. That feels like a really good fit. They feel like they deserve each other a little bit. But yeah, that's just my take on that one. Getting the dinner sorted before the game. Need a nice cushion from Chelsea and to let Villa know we're on our way. Yeah, 100% agree with that. I think this is a really big opportunity, not just to continue this turnaround in form, potentially this transformation of Premier League season, which once looked fully in the doldrums. You're right, that little bit of space between us and the chasing pack, if you like, and a reminder to Villa. Because it'd be interesting to see how Villa respond to what happened the other night. They've been obviously riding the crest of a wave, but then to come back down to earth like that with a massive bang is difficult, and I don't know whether they're going to have it about them to come good again. I'm sure they'll stabilise and they'll be in the round of conversation, but are they nailed on third like they once were, seemingly a few days ago? Probably not. I can vouch for this. It's windy. It's windy and cold. The main problem with the wind, actually, is how cold it is, to be honest. It's bitter out there, but I'm sure it won't matter. But I must admit, every time it's match day and I leave the house and it's windy, I am reminded of Jurgen Klopp. And the fact that, rightfully so, he said that wind was a nightmare for playing footy in, because it is. But my God, did rival fans use that as a stick to beat Jurgen Klopp with. But yeah, it is windy and it's cold. I'm sure that'd be no problem for us whatsoever. 4-0, statement sent. Happy New Year, all. I don't know about this one, to be honest. I don't think that will be the score. I don't think that either. No, I don't see it. Just don't see it. 2-0, Flo and Hugo score early. Then we spend the next 60 minutes clenching our cheek. Listen, if it remains 2-0, the clenching won't be quite as severe. It's when we found a way of making it 2-1 that the clenching starts. Because at 2-1, like 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. 2-1 is terrifying. Because the minute anyone scores against us, regardless of what's happened before, it's panic stations, and our arses just seem to go as fans and players. So I get your point, but if we can keep it at 2-0, I'd be pretty chill. Just don't concede, because then it's a problem. Errol's back. Look at that. So in that case, have we got a clip to go to? Well, let's go to a clip then. I'll see you all in a minute.
Changed formation against Chelsea, went to like a back five, and since then their results have been mightily impressive. So they, of course, that come on the back of narrowly getting back into it against Manchester City the week before, by the way, but beat Chelsea at home, draw at home to Liverpool, as we know, draw at Brentford, beat Crystal Palace convincingly at home, draw away to Sunderland, and now they play us, and then they've got Man United and Newcastle on the horizon. So it's fair to say Leeds have gone from looking not nailed on for relegation, but they were certainly one of the bigger favourites. Actually, now they've got themselves out the relegation zone. The gap is a significant gap as well. It's been a little bit of a good turnaround for them since, again, that spirit to fight back against City onwards, really. But the change of formation feels like that was the key, that Farkas unlocked a little something with them.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. And, you know, keeping Dominic Calvert-Lewin out on the pitch, because he's obviously inspired a lot of what they've been able to do in recent weeks. But, yeah, credit to Daniel Farkas, just say a lot of the noise from the media and inside his own fan base was starting to really sort of ramp up, and suggestions were that he was on borrowed time a little bit actually up at Leeds, and I think it was a little bit unfair, some of the pre-season speculation around this job, given what he'd just achieved with them, like racked up a silly amount of points to get them out of the Championship, and I think he deserved a crack at trying to keep them up at least, albeit his Premier League record prior to this wasn't particularly glowing. But no, you're right, and it's interesting, obviously you mentioned the Chelsea game there, which is obviously really the catalyst amongst a few in terms of how they managed to turn this around and sort of look like it might keep the head above water, but it was that half time at the Etihad because they were getting done, weren't they? And all of a sudden they come back out and looked a different beast. He made a couple of changes at half time, both in terms of personnel and in terms of system, and they haven't really looked back since. And suddenly they're more competitive in games. They look more of a threat in an attacking sense as well. So he deserves a huge amount of credit for that, because not only has he potentially turned Leeds this season around, but he certainly saved his own skin a little bit as well.
It's interesting as well, Andy, because that change of formation going to the back five, and it's made them a bit more solid in theory. It's made them actually attacking set pieces. Maybe it makes that a little bit easier as well. It gets them their width from out wide. The interesting one is Rodon went off injured against Sunderland, and when obviously they were 1-0 down, I think when that happens, but he brings on Tanaka and brings on a midfielder and goes to a back four. And I was reading a little bit this morning, like Leeds journalists, fans maybe aren't quite too sure if he'll stick with the back three now, because Rodon was so important to it, and they're not quite sure about backups and stuff. It'll be interesting whether he does, because you'd imagine he doesn't want to change away from the formation that's brought so much success, but with an injury, an ankle injury, he's not going to play for a few weeks. The change to going to Anfield and saying, you know what, we're going to take one defender off the pitch and put a midfielder on it feels a bit counterproductive. So they might have to try and bring in a different player there and maybe stick with it. It feels like that could be the best option. But listen, Tanaka's a good player as well, so it'll be interesting.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Redmen TV and your watch along at Liverpool taking on Leeds at Anfield. Kick off in literally just over 10 minutes time. Myself and Errol will talk you through everything, every little bit you need. Somebody asked here, what do I make of the Maresca sacking? Listen, Chelsea sacking managers, what's new? You know what I mean? New year, same Chelsea. But yeah, it's kind of par for the course, and so unsurprising given what he has done recently, really, in terms of calling out people above him, and it's just a whole thing. And yeah, it felt like it was inevitable, and probably for the best for everybody, because he's clearly a good coach. But that job is just a poison chalice, isn't it, ultimately? It feels like anyone who goes to Chelsea has got...
What next? What next? Because
Man City for him, potentially.
What do you think?
That's the talk.
Okay, fair.
City have lined him up.
Fair, okay. Then
he was Guardiola's assistant, wasn't he, for a spell? And seemingly the City group still really like him. And there's also like Liam Senior seemingly on Chelsea's radar, who's part of the Chelsea group. But we'll wait and see. But it's Chelsea, isn't it? Nobody goes to Chelsea. I don't think anybody goes to Chelsea thinking, well, this is me for 5 years. No, you can't, can you?
No, you definitely can't. But then at the same time, I'm like, but at what point are the fans? And well, maybe again, I don't even feel like this has been fans enforced this time round. But like, you almost want a guy that's going to be there for a while, at least 3-4 years, that give you some sort of continuity and consistency. Because the amount of players that chop and change. Yeah. Then you've got managers that chop and change. You've had ownerships in the last 10 years that have had to chop and change. Like,
that's their whole thing, though, isn't it?
It has been, but like, whether you liked Abramovich or not, he gave them a level of stability. He was the regime for upwards of 10-15 years nearly, do you know what I mean? Like, again, I chose my word. He was the regime, bro.
Interesting choice of words.
He was. Like, that was, you live by the sword, you die by the sword underneath Roman Abramovich. Like, that was it. And like, at least he knew if he was going to get rid of a guy, he was going to bring in somebody else serious, because that was his MO.
And he got results.
Whereas now they're in this weird off space where, you know, Bowley's hiring and firing's not as clutch, let's say.
No, and that's true. That is definitely true.
When they don't get the, you know, Maresca, again, success is relative. You know, could only really get the Conference League last season, got it, ended up taking the Club World Cup seriously, won that, you know. What Chelsea could have won, he was there and thereabouts. He got them silverware. The next guy that's got to come in, there's got to be that expectation that, all right, well, you're getting us the serious trophies, you're getting us in the conversations for Champions League or the Premier League, and I just don't see how any manager can come in and, you know, I know Slot, I feel like Slot's a little bit of an outlier. Like, I don't see another manager just coming in and just getting it right in the first season. Especially like our team was 85% of the way there when Slot kind of like, this Chelsea team is still a fair distance away, so I don't think just one manager and a new backroom staff coming in are going to propel Chelsea towards a title. You've got to be prepared to give someone those 3 or 4 years to build that project. Who do they settle on to do that? It's been $1 million question for me and with Chelsea fans for the longest time.
It's all about...
And I thought it was going to be Maresca. I was down in London. I was down in Stamford Bridge the other week asking them, is he the guy? Like, the videos there, he was telling me, yeah, he can do it. Maybe not this season, but next he could be the guy.
I think he probably could have, but... This is where Chelsea fans, and we'll move on to, you know, what we're actually here to talk about in a minute, but like, this is what Chelsea fans are going to have to sort of wrestle with a little bit, because they want success. And I know he won the Club World Cup. We were aware of that, whatever that is now. But they want the instant success, and that comes in the shape of major honours, Champions League, at least competing for the Premier League. But then everything they're doing in the transfer market in terms of recruitment flies in the face of that, because they're not buying proven here and now
winners,
ready to go experience. You know what I mean? So they have to shift something, because you can't have a manager for the long haul and then sack him halfway. And I know, again, I think it's probably what he said recently. Is probably
he hasn't helped his cause. He hasn't helped his cause. But
and you've got to pick up results as well, I guess. You know what I mean?
But you've got to, that good result gets past. You've got to maintain that relationship and understand that you're buying into each other's ideologies. You know what I mean? Or ideas. You're 100%. Telling me as the club you want this sustained period, and I'm telling you as the person that's going to spearhead it. It takes you 3 or 4 years. We're going to have bumps in the road in those 3 or 4 years, but and again,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. And again, to me, he seemed like someone at least, maybe not Arne Slot's level of credit in the bank, but again, Club World Cup and the Conference League, it's all right, let him go and have the complete set of tools that's needed personnel-wise on the pitch, and then judge him. So after the season of having your centre-backs, your proper striker, your proper right winger, your proper goalie, then judge him. But he's got a half batch. It's bad. It's bad.
I don't think it's too outrageous. And again, this is the last we'll say. I don't think it's too outlandish to say that, not this year clearly, but maybe next year, certainly the year after, had they stuck with Maresca, for want of a better expression, and added along the way, Chelsea would have been in the round with that squad, that group growing together and getting more experience along the way and probably picking up a trophy or two. I think they'd have been in the round conversations for Premier League honours.
The pressure would have been on, but again, not my monkey, not my circus. I don't really care.
Yeah, leave them to it. It's chaos down there. It always feels like it is. Somewhere where hopefully it isn't chaos is Anfield tonight, from about 5 minutes time onwards.
Preach.
But in that clip there, obviously I was chatting with Andy and Steve about Leeds and them sort of turning their own fortunes around in many ways, because of Daniel Farke was under huge pressure a month or so ago. It felt like, not unlike Arne Slot actually. But half-time at Man City managed to make a couple of changes and just seemingly changed everything about Leeds. They've just become unapologetically physical and unapologetically, battle-hardened and busy and full of intensity and full of running. All the non-negotiables actually that you need to compete in this Premier League this season. But that's in contrast to naivety that Farke's been accused of previously. But it feels like tonight, Errol, for whatever reason, we already spoke about it, he's made some potentially unnecessary wholesale changes. Is that giving you more confidence heading into this one?
I was confident anyway. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I've set the team a task in my own mind for the last couple of weeks. It's to get to that Arsenal game unbeaten without dropping points. So everybody on paper in front of me at that point in time, I think it was the Spurs game just after this, I was like, boom, if that can be the run, this is what we have to go on.
Cannon fodder, a lot of them.
No. I'm not that hyperbolic about it, but in my head I was like, we just have to, at this point, I'm not so fixated on the performances. Okay. Just get me those results. Because once we're in that position, I'd like to think there's a level of momentum that starts to feed into performances thereafter. And again, it's always that added when you go up against a big team, and Arsenal being the current league leaders in terms of the form and everything. You want to find a way to up your level. So can we rise to that challenge? Because that's going to be a level of adversity. We're not going to have Salah in that circumstance. Can this Liverpool team show that they're still capable to mix it up with the better teams in this league? And that was where I wanted us to be. But I didn't want us to be in there with any kind of licking our wounds, feeling sorry for ourselves, a little bit of indifferent form, still a bit of a cloud. Because then it becomes like there's too many sidelines. It's like, no, can Liverpool get the job done today and put their best team out, that'll put their best foot forward, yes or no? And I just wanted to see that, but we had to have the credit in the bank. And when I mean credit, I mean the points. We need the points in the bank for me to feel that. So Leeds, it's a formality more than anything else. We have to go and get those 9 points. We have to go and get those 3 points, because it's all part of getting us to that next level of where I'm like, okay, you say Liverpool by Liverpool. No, Liverpool are now again a proper serious team, and yet we can, we will still be in our own,
it's in our control.
It's in our control a little bit more.
I think we have done that. I think we have made ourselves a serious team again. That might speak to what Daniel Farke has done in terms of team selection tonight. Potentially, we alluded to earlier on, but I think we have sort of managed to cross that particular threshold in terms of teams not looking at us and going, well, we're coming to Anfield, but who gives a shit? That was definitely the case 3 or 4 weeks ago. It feels like we have changed that round a little bit in terms of the optics, but it's interesting how you've looked at that in terms of the bigger picture and just this being another one along the way to sort of a staging point where you've gone, just keep winning by any means possible.
Yeah.
Forget about the style, forget about the swagger.
When we was winning like the first 5 out the spin and everything was 90 minutes, I was like, yo, this isn't really sustainable. It's not like, we've got to be a little bit
Imagine when we
careful.
started playing well, Errol.
Well, yeah, that was the whole thinking at that time. But now I'm like, no, we're actually deserving winners of the games that we're playing. Again, circumstances have helped us in certain games, but by and large, we've been the deserving winners, and we're doing the right things to just get the job done. That's what keeps you in and around, as I say, pushing for Champions League, pushing up towards the top part of the table. So I just want to see us do more of that in the games in front of us at the moment. The next one, when I look at it and think, okay, it's acceptable to drop points.
Yep.
Would have been Arsenal before then, if we want to be having serious conversations, because that's ultimately what's brought Villa into this form where they're sitting third in the league. They've just went, right, we're going to win the next 6-7 games on the spin, and everything else in front of us is a formality, and it doesn't matter who's been in their team. They've just managed to get the wins up until obviously the other day. We need to go and have a similar run of games now where we have 7 or 8 on the spin where it's just wins on the board. And I think, the complexion of our season begins to look very different.
Yeah, well, that's it. And today's just another one of them wins. Hopefully a mere formality, as has been suggested. A lot of people in the chat would be absolutely delighted with a win by any means possible. So let's do that, shall we? To kickstart 2026 in the best
just start the
way. Before the action gets underway, Errol, I believe we have a couple of requests from people in the chat. We just need them to do 2 things.
2 things, yeah. Well, 2 nearly 3. Housekeeping, in it, like. Everybody knows housekeeping. Yous have all been on YouTube long enough. Now I'm telling you, just drop a like on the stream. Dead easy. Then you can tell us your score prediction. And then you can tell us where you're watching in the world and what time it is.
There you go. Done. Simple as that. Look at that. And if you do all that, Liverpool will win. Guaranteed.
You've heard it.
What more do you want from us?
Do you know what I mean? We do our bit, they do their bit. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, we all go home happy as Larry. The game is underway, by the way. Literally seconds into it, so we haven't missed anything just yet in terms of actual bona fide action. I've been meaning to ask you all. I'll bring up some chats as we go along. Ask everybody, actually, including yourself, Errol. New Year's resolutions? Are you a believer? Are you?
I am and I'm not at the same time.
Okay.
Like, there are certain things that I will just do and I'll just do religiously, and then there'll be other things that I'll say, oh, I'd like to do that for a New Year's resolution, and then by the 3rd week of the year, it's out the window.
Okay. Like most people, I think.
Yeah, but I guess that. But like last year, I started my lock journey, so I've had my locks now in for a year.
Okay.
So that's like, that was one that I've done. And then I've done the Monzo Saver Challenge, the penny challenge last year as well.
That go right?
I did pretty good on that as well, to be fair. I'm not going to lie, I did pretty good on that.
Nice.
So I've just went and done that again for the first time. So that'll take care of itself in the background.
But nothing in terms of like, I want to...
I don't like to say it out, because if it then, like, there's a level you've got to hold me accountable if I say it out loud. So I'm like...
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'm easing my way into the year doing the things that I said that I was going to do, and that's the start that I wanted to make. So I've done that.
Just in terms of the match, Leeds have got a free kick, and it's basically a corner, but it is a free kick. It's from almost identical position to which a corner would be taken. So interesting to see how we deal with this, because this is the first one.
And this looks like a really dangerous...
A Briggsless free kick Liverpool are about to try and defend here, so fingers crossed.
Very much.
Alisson
Becker
could have caught that, in my opinion, but we are where we are. And Liverpool will clear their lines relatively safely via Curtis Jones' knee into Bosley, and we'll play from there. Good, comfortable.
But I have got hopefully a big charity football game coming up this year if we get it sorted. So I do want to be fit for that. So the fitness is a goal, big goal.
Is there a date?
June. So
June,
yeah,
okay. 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, okay.
So fitness is a goal.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
What about yourself?
Listen, little self-improvement things, nothing crazy. Green tea is a big one.
Green tea.
I hate it. I can't stand it.
But
I know, and I know it's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a box of green tea today.
Determined to get
I've had one this morning, but it's just terrible. Anyone who likes it is lying to themselves. Like, honestly, it's vile.
Liverpool just giving the ball away there. Virgil van Dijk trying to play out from the back, just feeds.
We're going to snuff out the danger though, but that was needless pressure on ourselves. Conor Bradley clears. Leeds are going to recover the ball. Leeds have started brightly here. Yeah,
the first 3 minutes.
All the talk about maybe the aura of Anfield has returned might look a bit foolish at this point because Leeds are definitely on the front foot in the early exchanges. We've yet to get a sustained spell of pressure or possession.
Hold the ball, really.
Yeah.
Here's an opportunity now, though.
Hopefully that changes now. Yeah, hopefully that changes now. But yeah, I'm determined to stick to drinking green tea regular. But
I'm drinking water, and there's no Haribos on stream. If you see me on stream with Haribos, yeah, shout at me. There's no Haribos.
I noticed you brought a couple of bags of nuts.
There's no Haribos. It's just water.
There you go. So I'm pretty good. I'll be honest. I'm quite good in terms.
I know you are. Yeah, you are.
But
Ekitike, nice turn.
He's kept the bet, but that wasn't the pass. He's done well. Turned out
should have played out of Frimpong there. Now it's eventually got to Frimpong.
Stop talking about green tea, is what Louise is trying to say. Tell us about the football. Sorry, we will. I've been meaning. Oh, that's poor.
Soft by Sabozlai there, just a little bit slow. Caught with the ball at his feet, and now Leeds can break this 3-on-4. Well, now it's 3-on-4. They go towards the back post.
Poor ball.
It is.
But he had the freedom. They've still got the freedom.
Still got the freedom. Frimpong, he's going to have to get back in and help Bradley out there. Cuts it back, edge of the box. They're just bopping it around quite nicely here, though, Leeds. They know what they want to do with it, and it's Ibu Kanate that sees it out for a corner.
Yeah, Leeds have definitely started to brighter, and we've been a bit sloppy in possession a couple of times. Van Dijk give it away, and then Sabozlai in midfield just took us out of the ball, seemingly. And then he got nicked off him, and away Leeds went. And Leeds are at it. We need to wake up ever so slightly, in a corner is obviously a dangerous situation for them, especially given our record.
But we're being tested, you know what I'm saying, already. The testing has started. Can Liverpool rise to it now?
I mean, it's still a big old side lead, even without Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
But Liverpool win first contact.
Gonna stay alive. Gonna be another corner. We did win the clearing header, but it comes straight back in. Ryan Gravenberch managed to get a block on a square ball and behind for another corner. Yeah, it's been a poor start. Really poor start. Like I say, we had a couple of opportunities to maybe build some pressure, but we've given it away twice. Once in our half and once in theirs. And Florian Wirtz looks like he's picked up a knock of some description.
Someone whacked him in the face, though. Yeah.
On a cold night as well. That's not what you need on the nose, that. Yeah. He's definitely had a whack.
You're going to talk about him bulking up. What do you make of it?
I'll be honest. 2 kilograms.
That's
not me. That's not me.
See, I'm glad you said that. I was glad you said it.
If he's bulking up, then good on him. Crack on. Bulk up to your heart's content, mate. But corner comes in, just quickly deal with it. Free header, tamely into Alisson's hands, and we're going to play from there. But yeah, that's an overnight. That's a sleep, that.
Yeah,
that's the difference between weighing yourself at night and in the morning. So I'm not. That's lovely football. Get out of there. Good. Now, Andy Robertson.
Let's see what he does with the ball. Plays into Florian Wirtz.
Curtis Jones takes over.
You did reference that little trio before, but it was obviously Kirkes.
Listen, I've got no doubt in my mind that Andy Robertson would just slip nicely into it because he's such an experienced operator. He's played with all kinds of different players.
There, so he just
got a Frimpong to the byline.
Really good battle in there from Conor Bradley.
He's got to hit this. Ooh. He did hit it.
Over on that right hand side. Good contest
this
there.
Is better though.
Yeah.
Really fast start of the game, actually. Both teams.
I think that suits us though.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Leeds have come to play.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He just sold him. He just sold him. Bro, this guy gets me so excited, you know.
Hugo Ekitike went on a little dancing run, went past 1 or 2, got into the box, and then just had it taken off him at the crucial moment. Nice football in tight spaces.
But he gets you excited. You can see the crowd. You can see the energy that the crowd just feed off.
Yeah. Cameron's pan back to Florian Wirtz. Clearly still feeling the effects of that knock. He'll be okay. He's took a whack to the nose, I think. But, yeah, still trying to shake it off. But yeah, Ekitike, he does get you off your seat. He does. And it's not just obviously his goal-scoring exploits. It's his ability
on the ball.
His ability to beat a man as well. It's so exciting to watch. The ball's up in the air for a little bit. Is anyone going to get it down? There we go. No.
Most of the centre forwards in the league.
This is them, isn't it?
Midfield just very dogged.
Busy, at you, snapping at your heels. You don't get a second to think.
Where are people chiming in from?
This is one thing Leeds have done with their team selection tonight, because it is somewhat of a surprise in terms of 2 or 3 they've picked. They've added energy, because if the lads that have been doing a good job for them in the past few weeks, were a little bit fatigued, a bit tired,
brought in a lot of fresh legs.
Freshened it up a lot, and we're having to run with, Szoboszlai's obviously had his game off, but run with much of the same, really. So it is going to be tough in there for us to match and compete with that level of enthusiasm.
They just played right through us there.
Yeah, they did.
That's far too easy. Liverpool have done well to get back into a shape, and Leeds have done themselves a bit of a disservice going all the way to the back line.
Yeah.
But they're just quite content to just keep a foot on the ball.
Yes, credit to Leeds. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit, not fully surprised, but I was curious about the Leeds approach, let's put it like that. But I think the first few minutes have shown us exactly what their approach is. They fancy themselves big style.
Oh yeah, there was a method to his madness, innit?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like it's paying dividends early doors. We just need to work it out and then get to grips with it, basically. That's good battling, though.
Still comes away with it. The
well done,
Robbo there.
I mean, you do need a little bit of that Robbo feistiness from time to time, don't you? Especially in a day like this.
Driver, yeah. I think it's a good matchup for him, but there we go. They nicked it. Now Florian Wirtz, Femi Frimpong's just putting pressure on. Out of nowhere, just said, go on, I'll have a little bit of that. Forces Leeds to go long, which isn't...
Nick it.
Oh, and that's done really well.
Oh, lovely little back heel as well.
Oh, he still played it.
Ekitike.
Oh, Angle's not...
Ekitike, got to get him. Oh, it's still loose.
How's that still bopping about? What's going on?
Keeper made a right mess.
Meal of that though, didn't he? And now it's going towards the back post, isn't it? Sliced up, Oi. And Liverpool's still got a Gravenberch now at the edge of the box. Andy Robertson. I've got to give, even if it hasn't, turned into a goal right now, I've got to give Frimpong a lot of credit for the fact that Liverpool's still got the ball here.
Just pressuring him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been an uncontested clearance. Leeds would have been up the pitch. Frimpong's gone past his man as well.
And he's just done it with ease. Glides past. Oh, not a bad cross either. Just a movement in towards the box there. Curtis Jones is trying to make that late run in for him. Just a little bit slow. Frimpong is frighteningly quick, though, isn't he?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There is no such thing as a lost cause with that kid around. It's ludicrous,
Well, it goes back to Ekitike's little flick, which is nice.
The football's nice there. Just wonder if Ekitike can set that for Wirtz. He's got to, actually, hasn't he? I didn't see that live. Ends up being half a chance because the keeper makes a right mess of the easy save, to be honest. All comfortable, but just didn't get hold of it at all. But yeah, Wirtz was unmarked in the area.
For it, yeah.
That's a shame. That is a shame. Anyway.
10 minutes have flown by as well. It's been really fast.
They have flown. We've at least managed... What's going on here now? Why has the ref picked up the ball? He's dropped ball for Leeds. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
So let's go from there. Another sluggish start. Yeah, it was sluggish the first couple of minutes, don't get me wrong, but the past few have belonged to us. We're going to nick that. We're pressing really, really high. Leeds are gambling, getting well done.
That's good.
Yeah, we've just started to catch Leeds in possession once or twice. Because what we're doing to them, what they did to us for the first couple of minutes, not giving them
just
a second.
Swarming them, yeah.
And they've panicked and surrendered possession once or twice already. So, yeah, it's looking more promising. Looking like we could give them football. That's nice.
Florian Wirtz comes away with it though. I love the way he just pops up. Just waiting for the play to just open up a little bit. He just uses to go back to Verge. Plays it over to Curtis Jones.
Great ball. Lovely again.
I was just waiting on Ted the Hook to get so excited because the football there was nice.
Yeah, one touch stuff around the box. Florian Wirtz tried to just come inside his man and it didn't quite execute. Would have opened up nicely for the shot had he have done so.
Yeah. That's what I was waiting for, just to see can he get the shot off or not.
Saw it again while they were trying to clear the lines there, Leeds. The keeper for a second under no pressure, and then literally you blink and Jeremy Frimpong was on him. And clearly, obviously he's out there with loads of instructions, but be a nuisance. and be busy is probably chief amongst them,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what he looks like he's done. Not just now, camera pans to McAllister. And listen, we had a mini chat on Lex McAllister not being involved today, but it's quite big because he's been huge for us.
Yeah, yes.
Like, he's been a huge reason as to what we've done in the past 18 months. Since he arrived, really, is half a chance. Strong goal! It was just a straight ball, and Ekitike made it into something.
He's asking the question, though.
He wants a penalty. He's not going to get a penalty.
Never going to get a penalty.
He never went
like...
down. Here we go. It's just a...
It's brilliant, though. I love that, though. Just gets himself in front of the ball. The man...
He never went down, though. You're not going to get a penalty for that.
Yeah, but you can't. Like,
He's
you can't,
livid.
you can't go down there.
Ekitike barges into his man. You know what? If he does go, there's half a chance because he's got his arms around him. Ekitike's done so well.
And then he
Defender goes to ground. He manages to lay it off to Vert, who shot his block behind for a corner. It's unbelievable strength from Ekitike.
The hold-ups one.
But he then is livid with the ref.
This is where you'd look at VAR and say, actually now,
100%.
VAR should look at that and go, he did the right thing as a striker by
100%.
staying on his feet, but he is being impeded and
But
fouled.
we've watched enough footy to know that's
That's
never
never
getting
gonna
given
happen.
because he's not gone down. Like, I 100% agree. I think
that's what VAR should be looking at, thinking, well, my man's been forced to get the shot off there, but he was fouled all the way up until the point that he does.
Yeah, well, absolutely. There was arguably just about enough in it.
Yeah.
Certainly to have a conversation around it. But the minute you stay on your feet and you manage to set it off for your mates, you got no chance.
No. Yeah.
No chance. I get Ekitike's frustration, but such is life with Premier League officials, my friend. Liverpool going to play again. This is definitely better. After a really poor 5 minutes, we've certainly woken up. Probably Vert shifting it onto his right foot as well.
And yeah, he's just starting to
He's seen a lot of the ball, which is nice.
Innit? You just got to trust him with it, man. Just let him do what he does.
Yeah.
He just floats around.
Yeah, he does exactly that. He pops up all over the place. Predominantly from this left-hand side, you'd say. But yeah, wherever the action is, Florian Wirtz is not too far away.
Look at that again.
Here we go
Straight away. Oh, Robbo this time. And it goes the other way, the free
Goal
kick.
kick this time, yeah. Robertson on the underlap, linking up with Florian Wirtz. Let's just see. That's unfortunate, actually.
Good.
Leeds defender does well to
Gets
get
the
goal
benefit
side.
of going down.
Yeah.
Just to go down, innit?
But he does well. He gets goal. Robertson was momentarily in, but he got goal side and managed to buy the foul, let's be honest. And it's going to be a free kick to Leeds, which will be taken by the goalkeeper. You can see it there. Conor Bradley, top of the touches so far, but Florian Wirtz not too far behind. And again, the more we see of Florian Wirtz, the better, because his influence on football games will become pretty evident pretty soon.
Curtis Jones. Ooh. Oh, that was a cheeky little pass there from Robbo. Just played it right back across his back line to Conor Bradley.
And now he's going to come forward, across the halfway line, and lend it to Andy Robertson. Oh, nice. Love it. Different wavelengths there.
Just a little breakdown.
Yeah. Disappointing. Curtis Jones took up a lovely position, actually, but the pass didn't find his mark and left Leeds with an opportunity to get
He's going to be a superstar, you know.
Hugo.
Yeah. He's going to be a superstar, bro.
He's got everything, hasn't he?
Everything. He's going to be bright like
I mean, on and off the pitch, by the way.
Yeah,
he's got the lot.
Yeah.
He's the full package, as it were, Hugo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's
swagger.
He's got like Balotelli's swagger without his idiot moments.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
And then he's got like,
well, that red card against Southampton might.
but again, like I think that's just part of the layer. Do you know what I mean?
Wasn't quite Balotelli.
He doesn't have yet
levels, don't get me
Balotelli
wrong,
like
but yeah.
temperament, and then I also think he just gives me like young Aubameyang / Henry vibes.
Oh, Curtis, that's lovely. Put under a little bit of pressure from the ball back from Gravenberg, but manages to flick it around the corner.
No danger.
Give it back to him. Yeah, he's really, really grown in confidence, Curtis, recently. Frimpong, nice ball in behind.
Touch just lets him down.
Yeah,
Just
it's
lets
Conor
Conor
Bradley
down.
We're seeing that. I mean, we've seen that now from both sides. The full-back getting inside his winger, nominally, in Frimpong and Wirtz. Robertson and Bradley both getting into dangerous positions. And I think that's what we needed to see a little bit more. I think the whole handbrake on let's stop conceding goals was a necessity.
Yeah.
But now I do think it is time to allow a little bit more freedom, and I think we're seeing it so far here, actually. That's a nothing ball. This is the pressure we're putting on. Leeds cannot clear. Leeds haven't been out of half for 5 minutes, to be honest. Having started brightly. Oh,
Going about it the right way. I'd like to see some more shots off if we can work some. But you're right, last 10 minutes worth of action there speaks for itself.
Yeah, and it was the opposite in the first 5, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's been much, much more like it from Liverpool point of view. And Leeds, as a result, Leeds have kind of just surrendered possession a little bit.
Yeah, they've just retreated
And
gone back into their shape,
yeah.
haven't they? But Liverpool, as Leeds, we're finding it fairly easy to just play through them here now.
Just like that.
One invert, nice.
Oh, good. Give it him
good
back.
feet.
You're going to have to give it him back.
Though,
Oh, well done.
does.
Yeah, this is promising now. Florian, you've done him. You've left.
Just stood on the ball unlucky, but there's
that
you.
hunger, though, from Hugo.
That's Sorbo, that.
Sorbo, sorry, yeah. Comes back and wins it. Brilliant.
I thought it was Hugo's.
Well, he was in the centre forward position,
yeah.
That's why, but it wasn't. It was Dom.
They're all showing for it, though, aren't they? They're all.
Well, this is a sign of a side that's started to win games of football again. That's a good ball.
Oh, that's a really good ball.
Set it.
Oh, and he's offside. We've got away with that one, really. Because once the touch isn't right the first time, he has to set it. For Jones running onto it, and he gets both parts wrong there on that occasion.
Let's see.
Yeah, he is.
He is just offside, isn't he? Yeah. But to the point, though, like, you got Ekitike arriving there. Sorry, Curtis Jones arriving in the centre forward position to play off Ekitike. A minute ago, we had Dom Szoboszlai doing similar. Like, the willingness of the midfield to get in around that. And I don't think we see that all the time for Liverpool, but this new formation seems to allow.
Just
possession
there.
It's gone out, though.
It's all right, though. He gets away with it. Yeah, I kind of don't know whether that's a combination of Salah not being present at this moment in time, so more players wanting to take a little bit of ownership in situations on the pitch. Possibly. Or if again it comes down to the new formation allowing them to get that license, and we still do, but we just
still on. Yeah, that was the ball.
Leeds just deal with it. But yeah, again, or if it is just purely the formation's allowing them to venture forward a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I think we're seeing more of it now. Yeah. But the examples of it been growing and growing, which kind of says to me that it's almost been by design. We make ourselves more solid weeks ago. We subtly just grow and develop it as the weeks go by. And I think right now we're seeing not its fullest form. Shot from Jones deflected safely into the keeper's arms. But yeah, we are starting to see maybe what this formation might be. And it might all change with a signing or two. And maybe when Mo Salah comes back, who knows. But there's definitely life in us.
Oh, yeah. I've been saying that, though. I've just...
Well done, Robbo.
We just had to get the funk off us.
And it was funky.
And it was funky for a while, but we just had to. Like it was almost you had to break it before it would get better. But I did say I feel like a couple of weeks back it was like it has to get worse before it got better, and it got worse with the Mo Salah stuff that happened. And I thought right now we might be at the bottom here now, and it might just be a case of how do we build ourselves back up. Yeah. And then what version do we end up at once you've been building for so many weeks?
Lovely touch from Curtis Jones. Gets out of trouble. He should have given it though earlier. He's won the free kick.
Yeah, he has just about.
That is the one criticism of Curtis Jones that I think can be rightly labelled.
Yeah, he's still got that, hasn't he?
Because he'd made the space for the pass and then never released the pass for some reason.
Back on the ball.
He does like to invite pressure and he always likes to get the foul, but I felt like it was on momentarily for him to do something different. But anyway, Liverpool back in possession. Virgil van Dijk feeds it out to Ibu Konate, who does likewise for Jeremy Frimpong, who's going to come inside. Yeah, Leeds are fully banked up now, accepting the fact they're not going to see loads of the ball, and they're set up just purely for the counter-attack, having started the game. Yeah.
And this is why I thought, again, he probably didn't want to play Calvert-Lewin for this.
No,
because
he's not a counter-attack exponent necessarily. Which might make more sense for him to be on the bench and then maybe last 20 if they're still in the game, which hopefully they're not. Be nice to be outside by then. Robbo's give it away though.
Yeah, a bit of a lax pass, but there's Curtis Jones there helping his teammate out. I suppose, like...
That's one thing we have seen a lot, and more of, I think, recently, actually, that hunger and desire to get back and help your teammates out, win the ball back. And there was a moment a few weeks ago where I thought, I think we've even lost that. The appetite for work just seemed to be
I do, but again,
wavering.
You've got to look at what Slot did in I said before, something radical needed to change. You drop Salah, all of a sudden everyone knows, right, well, he doesn't defend the most, but you've dropped one of our most talismanic players in this team. If he can get dropped, we can all get dropped.
Yeah,
so when your manager's turning around telling you you've got to be putting in more of the defensive shift as a unit, we've got to defend as a unit and attack as a unit, all of a sudden you know what the MO is.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that he's leaving out McAllister, there are players there now looking, thinking, well, if I'm not doing my 100%. Job, somebody else is going to come in and be given an opportunity to do it. So, you know, it's in their best interest to be running that little bit harder right now, because, you know, they've probably had them running numbers and probably said most of these are down on where he was this time last season. What's the reason for it?
Yeah, because there is no excuse for that. That is, as I said earlier on,
they're non-negotiables, bro.
Yeah,
non-negotiables.
That is the fundamental of what it takes to get into a Liverpool side. Leeds are going to try and play the way out for the back, but Canate's won that. And we've managed to nick it again, keep it moving. It's tight in there. Leeds, to their credit, are still not giving us much in the way of time and space when we get to the final third. It's suddenly very congested. And they're going to try and get the way out. Now, they've managed to do so just about, though.
Send it forward.
Really. He was going to keep it alive. Curtis, well done.
Well. That's much better, that.
Yeah. Really is. And the ball's left a lot to be desired. There's a poor pass. Curtis Jones did the first bit really, really well.
I'd say it was arguably the harder bit as well, to be fair.
Ibu comes across and snuffs out the danger. Yeah, that's a couple of moments now. We've had a couple of nearly moments where, like I said, that final pass or the final
we've not created
decisions.
anything, 25 minutes in? I don't think we've created anything clear cut so far.
No, I agree. There was that one mad scramble, wasn't there, from Nekatike, scuff shot really, but no, we haven't been a clear sight of goal just yet. Neither of Leeds, in fairness, but they are working their way up the pitch slowly. They got to throw him about 25 yards out from goal. Somebody says it needs to be quicker. Some 1-2s to open it. I think we've tried that in the main. I think, like I said, there's going to be a long throw here. Putting on Ethan Ampadu. Yeah, it is Ethan Ampadu. Lining up a long throw. Trying the ball as we speak. This is going to be another opportunity for us to show our new set-piece credentials. How do we deal with this ball into the box? There's a lot of conversation going on. Curtis Jones looks like he's picked his man. And it comes. Ampadu. It's flicked on. Oh, he might have kicked him in the head there. I think he has. Should be a free kick to Liverpool. Yeah, Conor Bradley, brave really
stuff that, you know.
Stooping down low. I think it was Nemecha who was trying to get his volley on target. Get some contact, but also catch it. Oh, Conor.
He's lucky, that one.
That's body on the line shit. Oh, he really gets him. The shot was harmlessly over. And Conor gets a whack in the face for his troubles, but he's up and about and we're going again.
Hey, but if that's what it takes, you got to put your body on the line, put your body on the line.
Yeah, I need more of that.
I need more of it. I'm happy to see it.
Yeah.
So you'll see no complaints from me. Well done, Conor Bradley.
Yeah, and didn't even flinch, Conor. He was
no,
straight
that's what
back
I'm
up.
saying. Straight back up.
Cracking on. No dramas. He's tough, he's that. He's Northern Ireland. Liverpool now have a throw in. Somebody else says too slow, need to turn up the pace. Yeah, possibly, I think. We've been alright.
Yeah.
I think we've tried to do things quickly.
We've not forced anything. That's the one thing I will say. There's nothing really.
Virgil with a big diag looking for. Oh, what a ball.
Ball, though. What a ball.
Just
Frimpong managed to kill it,
heavily, but he's won it. He still got it. Well done.
He managed to take all the pace off it, but just didn't control it in the same way. Just pushed up.
Just strange seeing Van Dijk play that pass, not to Mo Salah, to be honest.
Yeah.
Florian Wirtz back in possession. Yeah, a lot of people saying, yeah, we haven't created anything. It's definitely the reality of it. I completely cannot argue with that whatsoever. Frimpong again is going to beat his man because the byline. Wins a corner.
That's going to be the problem, though. Do you know, like, that's going to be, like, the only drawback to Frimpong's crossing for me. He's never going to be set.
He's always off balance, like that. When he gets a shove for good measure there as well.
But he's always going to be on the go.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes last season and, you know, previous right-backs we've had, they've been able to set it and then curl it and whip it in and kind of pick.
But if you're getting to the byline all the time, having beaten your man, who is likely
close to stop you, like, you're always going to be on the go, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's like the City goals where you get to the byline on that angle and you can just cut it back as opposed to trying to cross it. Maybe more effective.
Yeah, 100%.
I just don't know if it's going to...
Ball into the box, headed clear by Leeds. Liverpool going to recycle and keep possession. Ryan Gravenberch headed to himself. He's done well. Here's a chance. Virgil van Dijk's in on the left wing.
And he tried to play his boy in.
Just cleared. Curtis Jones was so nearly on the end of it. But Leeds, I'm not sure that went out, did it? Anyway, we're playing on with throwing. Verge throws it back in quickly. And we're going to play, not really giving Leeds chance to set. We are trying to turn up the volume, turn up the speed and the tempo ever so slightly if we possibly can. But yeah, we're looking okay. I'm all right with this.
We look in control. We don't look
That's nice. Some of the interplay I've been much more happier with. We look like we understand where each other are. That's not a bad ball for me, but if he's onside. He's not, okay. A flag goes up immediately.
Done it a couple of times where he should try to clip it.
I didn't know he had that in his bag.
He's done it a few times this season and I've been kind of like, but he doesn't always draw for it. That's the thing, and it's just like.
That was Andy Balboa, yeah, I don't know. Listen, it wasn't a bad ball. Robertson mistimed his run.
Idea, but I don't expect Robertson to be trying to time them perfectly every time.
Right, let's see. Leeds are going to go long from the goal, the free kick rather from the offside. You can see the wind there on the shirt still.
Yeah, it's been a miserable day up here today.
Horrible, yeah.
Verge, aggressively just getting involved.
Commanding Virgil van Dijk. That's what we like to see. Frimpong once again making a nuisance, gives away a free kick this time. He cannot believe it though.
Can't believe it.
Certainly a character, but no, I take your point on his delivery and end product. I think he has the quality.
I think that's what I mean. I think he's quality, but
he's under pressure so much all the time. Yeah, and he's moving so quick as well. Ibu comes and wins this one. Go and get it. Just seemed to stop ever so slightly, and Leeds bring it down on the halfway line, and we'll play from there.
But I think if we can get onto it and like understand that fact about him, make different runs and just get him to cut it back instead of trying to whip it in, might be more fruitful.
It's just going to be an interesting switch from what we've become accustomed to anyway. From where his delivery is going to be coming from, as you say. Like, having a right back that gets to the byline is just unprecedented almost these days, you know.
And even when we watched Robbo's cross before, that ended up at TK and that was offside. Robbo takes that.
Oh, that's a dreadful ball. Oh my God. Alisson Becker gets away with one.
Under control, everything looking cushy.
What's
that? What is that?
Alisson Becker goes for the outside of the right boot pass. Wow. I think he's looking for Curtis Jones.
Gets all wrong.
It's a ball into no man's land. It's a dreadful pass from Alisson. Thankfully, I think it's Ampadu that arrives. Gets it on target.
That was doo-doo, man.
Doesn't. Oh, wow. He didn't hit it particularly well.
No, he went bro.
He went for precision as opposed to power, and thankfully Alisson had enough time to get back and save. But my word, just unnecessary.
Yeah, that was sketchy.
Anyway, all's well that ends well. Thanks for the heart attack, though, Ali. Appreciate that. Yeah. We do like shooting ourselves in the foot, don't we?
Well, that was it. It was so needless, and there's another big stutter. That was even better. Frimpong didn't even have to really move to get that one.
No.
But again, the anticipation, where's...
Frimpong's won it back half. I know Connor Bradley's done well too to also nick it. Get out of there, it's too tight in there.
Well said. Well done,
Ibu. Turn. Oh!
division.
He was looking for the runners to Bosley, Florian Wirtz, but he was just intercepted en route. We've won it back again, though.
Ebu, though, you know, even Ebu's up there. What's Ebu going to do?
I don't know. He's laid it into the back of Robertson. He's delivered a great ball. that corridor of uncertainty. Frimpong's going to try himself. He's cut inside on his left foot. He's had a go.
Oh! Have you headed it away
headed
from
it
the goal?
backwards.
How have you done that? You've headed it away from the goal.
Ekitike's got his head on it with the goal at his mercy.
Bro!
And he's headed it back to where it came from.
That was that. Oh.
I can only assume it's just hit him, and he's had no time to adjust. We'll watch it back in a minute, but Liverpool on the attack again through Frimpong, who stands it up and sets it back for Conor Bradley, who comes all the way out to Virgil van Dijk, who's now orchestrating lads to move to where he wants them.
Yeah, I can't get over that.
I don't know how he's done that. I don't understand how he's done that. Like scientifically.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like how
we'll watch it back.
Physics of that just don't make any sense
No,
to
that
me
maths ain't
whatsoever.
maths in right now, but we'll find out as soon as we see a replay. He's probably just overran it, and I think it's just
Ended
hit him.
up at the back
It's
of the
all I
net,
can,
really,
it's all I can
Wow.
see. Yeah. I don't know if the Leeds player ducked or was favourite. I'm not quite sure.
We're saying all this now, probably being really kind to him.
Yeah.
Probably still really fast.
There's a good chance he's just got that wildly wrong. Like.
Yeah.
The switch is on to Robbo if we can find it. Get his arm up for a second. It might come all the way via Virgil van Dijk, and it's going to. Yeah, it does. That was the biggest chance so far. One dummy too many, and Leeds have nicked it. Keep him at the.
Wow, just three of them. Wow.
Hungry. Liverpool are hungry for that
Hunting
ball.
in packs there, boys.
Give him that. Yeah, it was very nearly a Frimpong assist as well. I'm not sure whether he was shooting himself,
Yeah, no, that's what I thought as well.
but either way, very nearly in the verse.
on his
Ended up in a
left
goal.
foot. Did he just put it back on his
He
left
hit it
foot?
clean, like. We are, yeah, we used him with Frimpong a lot. We're about to watch it now,
Come
I
on,
think.
we've got
Let's
to
see.
watch it now.
All starts with Canate. Robertson puts a delicious ball in, comes all the way out to Frimpong, who enters the area, cuts inside, left foot.
I know, just hits him.
Can't work that out. He sees it all the way, does he not? Though?
Yeah.
Here we go,
He
a different
does.
angle. I'm pretty sure Frimpong's definitely shooting.
Ah,
I think he should score.
yeah, he should.
Actually, it does kind of. The Leeds player does kind of duck quite early on his path, though. I think Ekitike should adjust and do better there. I've seen like one replay of it, so forgive me if that's harsh. But yeah, Liverpool should be 1-0 up. Oh, it's broke. Oh, Kanate's done well.
Wow,
nearly broke for the Metro.
Get rid of it. Oh, this is going to be a race.
Frimpong's away. Frimpong's away.
He's
Pull it back.
Oh,
Yes, Florian Wirtz. Oh, the touch.
Just a little bit behind him. Bro, he is rapid. Look at this. Look where he starts his run.
He's got a 10 yards disadvantage there.
Bro.
He's made the right choice. The pass wasn't the best, is all I'd say.
Bounces up, doesn't it?
Bounce it into Florian Wirtz, who has to try and control it. So Bosley really...
Shit, bro. He's making the guy running at full speed look like he's running in slow-mo. Like...
That is what someone like Frimpong gives you, though, because he
flew that quick as red band off. Like,
but so Bosley, under a little bit of pressure there, has seen space in behind the defence and gone,
go on then.
Yeah, because he just knows. Just see out this attack. Yes, Alisson's good. He knows Frimpong's doing that all day.
I remember being that fast.
I don't.
Yeah.
Ali looked for the quick release for Ekitike, but just about overhits it and it runs out of play. But yeah, the only criticism there was like Frimpong picked the right option, but the pass just wasn't allowing Florian Wirtz to hit it first time.
Yeah, just step into it and just hit it.
It was on the bounce. You had to try and bring it down and couldn't quite manage it. But yeah,
Electric.
Frimpong again.
Electric.
Frimpong again. Yeah. Absolutely.
Electric, man.
Absolutely.
Oh. Jeremy the Remedy, man. That's it.
Right, okay. Come on, 1-0 before our time would do us. Probably deserve it. Don't need these in any kind of game or belief as it enters the latter stages. The other game in the Premier League still 0-0, but Crystal Palace Fulham for anyone that remotely cares.
Who's Conor Bradley? Is that?
That was Conor Bradley.
Yeah, he just
Just kind of nearly fell over in possession. Actually, and Leeds have managed to nick it off him. They're going,
and he just ran it out. He just didn't want to engage in a foot race.
Man, you must look up at someone like him and just go, "What am I going to do here?" Like realistically,
how do you get like, bro?
That's
scary.
genetics. That
massively,
Let's be honest,
massively,
that's genetics,
massively.
Silly.
It's scary how quick he is.
Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But that's, an absolute weapon on a fuzzy pitch. And I used to be shit scared of fucking Adama Traore all the time. He used to terrify me.
Yeah.
I mean, he was crap.
But
he used to scare the life out of me.
That speed running at you is just a different proposition.
It's deadly.
You could see what he was trying to do.
The right idea. Poor execution.
That's not a bad idea, though, either.
Again,
We're just struggling to read and anticipate those balls going into the box.
That's twice.
I was going to say, yeah. Offside, was it?
I can only imagine it's for him. I don't think Robertson was when he received this, was he?
Yeah.
Maybe slightly. But that's two high-quality balls, Mandy Robertson.
Yeah, it had to be.
Ekitike is a couple of yards behind it. Frimpong's arriving far too late. Yeah, we need to start. If he's going to keep doing that, someone's got to start reacting quick because... Yeah,
why else are you giving it out? Yeah, why else are you putting it out there for Robbo if he's not going to try and deliver something into the box? Players need to be reading that.
And he's got the quality. Whatever anyone thinks about Robertson in terms of his overall longevity of Liverpool career, you give him space and time to deliver, he will put it into an area.
But that's the difference in terms of the way that the fullbacks are going to get the balls into the box. Robertson's pretty much just setting it out of his feet and rolling it, and he's put two good deliveries in there, even though nobody's been onto it.
Frimpong's touch is heavy, even for him. He's gone and won it back more. He's tried to win it back anyway. Leeds into a dangerous area. This a couple of times they've been in this area for the last few minutes.
That's a bad tackle, that though. Conor Bradley completely misses it.
Yeah, that's going to be a free kick.
Head injury. It's gone back to us
first. He stopped it for a head injury.
It looks like he's gone back to us first. What happened there, man?
I mean, let's see what happens. He just catches the Bosley, I think.
Oh, so is that what he did?
Straight on, but that is a foul.
Yeah.
He didn't blow up for the foul, though. And then who commits? It's Curtis Jones. He's just late and he catches his man. So Bosley's down, getting a little bit of treatment for a whack on the face. I don't really know what he's give. He stopped the game for a head injury. So is he about to give...
I don't know.
...them the ball back?
I feel like...
Or has he given the free kick?
I still think he's good at the free kick, but he's seen that happened as well.
He probably should give the free kick, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because Curtis Jones has not won the ball.
Maybe Bosley's looking like that. Here's a goal now as well.
A goal for Crystal Palace, by the looks of it. Couldn't be any smaller in the bottom of that screen if it tried. No. Who scored? Mateta. Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Jean-Philippe.
They're signing Brennan Johnson, aren't they?
Yeah, 35 mil or something, yeah. Money.
I think that's like record expenditure, that. Do you know who the previous record signing was for Crystal Palace?
Zaha?
No. And there's a reason I'm asking.
Fine.
Because he came from no. I think he went to free agent. He went from us to them.
Go on then.
Christian Benteke.
Oh, Benteke. Oh.
Yeah.
Fair.
I love Christian Benteke.
No,
then we signed him. No.
Never.
And then we signed him.
Really, yeah.
Because I thought he was serious, but I never wanted him at Liverpool. I thought he was obviously a handful, proper, like a nightmare to play against. Hated when we played against him. From the Villa days, and then we signed him, and I was like, "Why have we done that?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's obvious.
It just didn't make. Yeah, it never made sense.
No. Anyway, he didn't give the free kick. It was a drop ball, and now we've won a free kick kind of badly. Curtis Jones got away with one there, by the way.
Massively,
I'm not quite sure.
Massively,
the head injury might have done him a favour.
Yeah,
because it seems to have taken the ref's eyes off what was actually happening. So Liverpool have got a free kick instead, midway into the Leeds half from the right hand side, which Dom Szoboszlai is going to deliver into the box. He's still feeling the effects of whatever knock he was. He's a beautiful man, so he might be hoping his looks have been preserved. Dom, don't worry, they have.
Jake also said take Benteke over Ricky Lambo. Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good ball, that.
oh, he gets his head onto it. Is it Verge?
Goal kick.
It is Verge, but it's high and wide and not particularly handsome. Let's see, under a lot of pressure, not much else he could have done. 8 years of Virgil van Dijk today, by the way.
Congrats.
More than 8 years it's been.
Yeah. Massive. But you know what the mad thing is, yeah? Like, and this is what I mean, I love Verge, yeah? But all we do is pump the ball towards him and how he does so. Like,
You are preaching to the choir.
like,
I know.
we've got to get a little bit more creative with how we use our attacks and set
It's not
pieces.
subtle, is it?
It's not subtle at all. Like,
No,
I don't
no.
mind if he is the end, but like how we work it to him,
Yeah.
there's got a little bit.
Well, you saw it there. There was 3 Leeds defenders around him. Like, good luck, Virgil.
Yeah,
doing anything with
What's he
that.
supposed to do with that?
No,
Point, do you know what I mean? Like,
I know the man's an absolute colossus, but he ain't getting that on target very often.
no.
So yeah, no, but this is a wider conversation around set piece coaches and why Aaron Briggs has lost his job. I think.
And I think they think like because Verge is the commander and he's the centre. Like I feel like the obvious answer is like launch it to Verge, but there might be if we added someone that could tactically figure out who our best assets and weapons are. There might be somebody better to target than just necessarily Verge.
Oh, it's a great ball in behind. Ekitike's going to get the end of it. We'll play this out. He's going to set it back. He's going to deliver instead for Curtis Jones, who heads it up in the air, and it's scrambled clear, but Liverpool keep possession. Let's see if Robertson into this, and we'll set it back again for Szoboszlai. I do like the fluidity of this midfield. I must admit.
It is.
Seeing them pop up in a variety of different positions and not just setting one is really nice. Just having that freedom to go and get involved in the play, I'm a big fan. It won't work all the time, and there'll be certain games whereby you have to change it up a little bit and be a bit more solid.
Disciplined as well. Yeah.
But I am a fan. But to the point though about what you're saying about like aiming for Verge, like I mean, a lot of opposition now realise that aiming for Gabriel or Saliba is kind of Arsenal's ploy, but yet still they find a way.
Yeah.
And that's clearly through.
That'll do us.
That's clearly by design by Arsenal set piece coach. You know what I mean? So we are lacking that without a doubt. Like, and again, just not doing it every time would give the opposition something to think about. The fact we got a corner now and watch Virgil score and we'll look proper stupid.
Oh, my look stupid.
But it is obvious, isn't it? Is the point? You know what I mean? It is
Look
obvious.
at them talking now. They're all having a little. See how many man? They're all there having conversations now. They're listening to us, Stan. They are listening to us.
Could do something different? Nah, fucking Virgil.
Fuck it.
Nah, let's see. Let's see what happens. It's a corner to Liverpool. Here we go.
Watch.
Corner to Liverpool. Delivered. In the vicinity.
What was that? Florian.
Van Dijk was actually blocked off, I felt, this time, and couldn't get a free run at it, which is what Liverpool were trying to create, I think. Yeah, you see that block
it's
there?
just blocked, didn't he?
He stopped Van Dijk getting to it. I think it's Ampadu.
Ampadu, yeah,
It comes to
Doo-doo,
Wirtz. Comes to Wirtz, who has a left foot swinger at it. And
Swiped
Arne
at it.
Slot is unimpressed by that, let me tell you.
That was wild.
But yeah, we were right. They look for Virgil van Dijk, obviously.
Yeah, no, you in no goal bears today, bro.
You're off them.
We're off. Yeah.
Finger the pass, the Gold Bears. They were so 2025, the Gold Bears.
They had to go. They had to go.
New man.
Who's this guy? Not yet. It's too early to say new man yet. Like we're gonna.
Ooh, that's just overhit the ball.
Yeah.
Into Liverpool's danger area.
Let's give it a month.
Goes behind. It's 6 weeks, they say. The former habit.
All right, then let's give it 6 weeks and then.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
We'll be back.
That's good advice for anyone out there who's starting a New Year's resolution. Clean slate today.
6 weeks, man.
6 weeks it takes. So yeah, come Valentine's Day, you'll be whatever you want to be from here on out. You do you. Right, we're heading towards half time. Still 0-0. Liverpool have enjoyed the lion's share possession, it's fair to say. Created
comfortable.
The more dangerous moments. Yeah.
Both ends as well. We created them for ourselves. What Alisson Becker was up to, I'm still not sure.
Not a clue.
But can you get a little bit last? Oh, he's offside though, isn't he? Surely he's going to
No
be
flag
offside.
yet. Bobby Wirtz, he's still battling for it. And now the flag comes. There it is, yeah.
No real big chances created though. There was a couple moments. They probably could have done better in 1 or 2 occasions, but it's not been high volume.
No, it certainly hasn't.
He's offside.
Yeah, stats-wise so far, we've had 7 shots to Leeds' 2. Both of Leeds have been on target. Obviously, one of them was that Ethan Ampadu shot from range. That is half-time as well, ladies and gentlemen. It is 0-0 at the break. Yeah, we've had 7 shots, they've had 2. Both had 2 on target. We've had 66% of the possession, which didn't really make a lot of sense. But here we are. How are you feeling about that?
See, the thing for me now is, and I'll be dead honest, I don't mind not being in front of half time, but Liverpool in second half of games in recent weeks has been a bit of a worrying,
uninspiring,
I think it's probably fair to say. So it now then means that there's got to be a different trend, because first half performances in recent weeks have probably looked up a little bit, and we've got goals and we've started to score earlier in games, but now we're going to have to see a Liverpool team be managing a game management, as well as still trying to find that goal. Again, we may end up having to go gung-ho, but I would like us to do that without having to do it in a gung-ho fashion, to be completely honest with you. So that being said, there wasn't really, apart from that Hugo chance, there's no other real moments that played out then that made me think, I wish we would have just done a little bit better there. There was some half moments, there was some nice touches, there was some fluid interplay between a couple of the players, that midfield into Hugo as well. It looked like he was starting to just find that rhythm. It looks like there's probably a couple of gears still to go, but on the whole, I'm not overly disappointed that it's just 0-0. As I say, I think we didn't really show enough to fully edge it for me. But now I've got my reservations about how we turn up for that second half, because the second half does need us to go through those gears a lot quicker and to be a lot slicker, and then again find that clinical edge whilst being ruthless, which has been a bit of a problem. So yeah,
listen,
hangs in the balance.
Yeah, massively so. Yeah, and Leeds will be absolutely delighted to get in at half time if that was their game.
It's better for them. I think it's better for them, if I'm being honest.
100%. Still being in the game was a necessity at half time, and then we've already spoken about the fact they've left a couple of big hitters on the bench. Their MO would have been get to 70, be in it, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Exactly.
Whereas for us, we would have liked to have been out of sight, but yeah, again, you kind of alluded to it there. Like, second halves recently have been a real battle for us, and we're going to have to flip the script on that tonight before anything else happens, because otherwise it's going to be a difficult night's work. I'll just bring up some comments as we go. A lot of people are unhappy generally with how we've gone about our football there. Boring is kind of being the in word right now in the chat. I've been okay with a lot of what we've done. We've left a lot to be desired when it comes to that final decision, the final pass, the final moment, which of course is sort of where the business happens, if you like. But yeah, I think generally speaking, we've tried to do a lot of the right things. I think it could be upped a little bit in terms of the tempo. And I think there's been opportunities to really sort of ramp it up a notch on Leeds, and maybe we've not done that and we've looked to sort of go again and recycle. But generally speaking, I've been okay with a lot of what we've done there. Again, but when you haven't created anything like a clear-cut opportunity other than the Ekatike one, when that was kind of, somewhat fortuitous, I think it's fair to say, because Frimpong's actually having a shot, then yeah, there's definitely more to come. Yeah, you might be right. True crime, Dan. If you think that's okay, then your standards have dropped massively. This is utter shite.
Yeah, you might be right there. You might be, but I'm just looking at this Liverpool side of what it has been for the recent weeks. I'm not looking at what this Liverpool side was last season when we won the league, or years gone before then when we had Klopp or anything like that. I'm just looking based on the last 5 games that we've played and we've managed to win. I'm quite happy that we're still in this game. It's 0-0. We haven't given Leeds any signs of encouragement, apart from, silly mistakes. But apart from them, they've not created anything of any significance themselves, which makes me think, okay, Leeds are going to have a 10-15 minute spell where we're going to be under the pressure. And even if they do end up with a spell, I would like to think that we have taken the game too far past them by that point in time. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping these players still have that hair from Ian Road the other week where it was the 3-3 and still think, we owe these lads one as well. So there's definitely still plenty more to get out of this game from Liverpool's perspective, but I'm not panicking just because we're not 1-2, 3-0 up at this point.
No, there's no need for panic to set in just yet. But I also agree with a lot of the detractors in the chat who believe we just need to up our levels markedly in the second half. It's hard to disagree with that.
It is hard to disagree with that. I just don't. Again, without being too critical, it's like, okay, well, what other chances has Ekatike had? He's had some nice touches, he's had some nice movements, but again, is it a lack of him running into the box, timing those crosses that have come in, because they've been our best options really when we've put balls into the box. Nobody's been at the end of them. So are those his best opportunities where he's going to get that service? And if they are what's on the cards, he needs to be making those runs, and that's where he needs to be putting his energy in and about. And I'd rather see him doing that more. Or you've got to play him through on goal. That one chance from Canate that went over the top, play him through on goal that way. That's we've got to see, like, there it is now, just playing it back through. He does so well.
Yeah, this is brilliant.
This is brilliant hold up play, do you know what I mean? Like, all right, so the only thing that we could do better there is put that in the back of the net. That is a big chance for me.
Yeah, no,
he makes the most out of that one.
And it's slightly frustrating actually, because obviously in the first instance, Ekitike feels like he's being fouled but stays on his feet, to his credit, but then he moans about the fact he doesn't get a foul. And if Florian Wirtz is aware of the presence of the defender, he could potentially dummy that and sort of go again, asking a lot of him, granted. Because when the ball's set back to him, he has to hit it.
Yeah.
But the defenders kind of read that play, you know what I mean? And then the opportunity's gone because the defender's back by that point. And he actually hit it well, Florian Wirtz. That's probably one of our shots on target, potentially. And that's been the other potential route to goal. Andy Robertson delivering really dangerous balls into the box, but without anyone. And that Ekitike header is inexplicable. It's inexplicable.
Can't defend that.
I'm still...
Good movement to get away. He knows
great movement. He's got the right side of the defender.
Heads it back to where it comes from.
He's preempted. This will be a good angle. He's preempted every single part of that. He sees it the whole way, and I'm going to say it now.
He heads it at the keeper.
He gets that all wrong.
Yeah, he heads it at the goalie.
Yeah, we should be 1-0 up.
Yeah,
on the evidence of that, we should be 1-0 up. That's
be.
a huge chance. I'll take back what I said before about nothing clear cut. That's a clear cut chance. That was the angle that told me that Hugo Ekitike should have scored. Now, Ekitike has been bright. He has, but he has to score that. Anyway, right, and we're going to take a break, if that's okay, because I'm going to go and eat some food, and then I'll return. When we come back, it will be Errol in the hot seat for a few minutes, and I will be back for the second half. So, don't go anywhere. We'll see you all again very, very soon.
Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I am here to tell you about this incredible giveaway that we are doing for our legend subscribers on Redmen Plus. This is the Craig Johnson signed Crown Paint shirt. It is absolutely glorious. Every single month we give away something to our legends on redmenplus.com. It's a great way of showing your support for the channel. It's a great way to get closer to us as well, because you'll be in the Discord group and there's loads of other benefits, merchandise, discounts, all that type of stuff. But the big one for me would be this. It would be the opportunity to get into the prize draw for these incredible signed items. Craig Johnson Crown Paint shirt signed by the Liverpool legend. Join up this January as a legend on redmenplus.com.
Hey everyone, I'm very proud to announce that after 17 years, my very first novel is here. The Eternal Flame, Yes the Boy, is available to pre-order right now on www.matechpublishing.com. It is completely and utterly unlike anything that I've done on my 15 and a half years here on Redmen TV. It is a superhero story. It is a book about a boy who mysteriously trades lives with a forgotten World War II superhero, the Eternal Flame. It is also about a young girl, Anna Harrison, who finds herself in the present day pulled into an 80-year-old conspiracy theory to steal the power of the flame for nefarious purposes. It is a World War II action blockbuster. It is a bit of a teen comedy as well. It is very much inspired by the likes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Smallville and the MCU and Back to the Future and all of those greats that so many of us grew up on and absolutely adore, and yet distilled into this, my first ever work of fiction. It is completely outside of my wheelhouse, so I appreciate if it's not your bag, but if you were into all those things that I mentioned, I really think you will enjoy this. So yeah, please do give it a punt. It is on pre-order right now on Mage Publishing. There is a discount there as well. I just want people to read it and hopefully really, really enjoy it as much as I have over the last 17 years making it. Yeah, it is out now. The Eternal Flame, Yes the Boy, MagePublishing.com.
Yes, people, welcome back to the Redmen TV. It is Liverpool 0, Leeds 0. In this Premier League game, it was the evening kickoff. I think it's 1-0 in the Crystal Palace Fulham game, is the other game at the moment. Half time. You guys let me know in the comments first and foremost as well. Please do let me know in the comments what needs to change in the second half. Any players that you would bring in, any substitutions you would look to make if you was in Arnsott's shoes. And let me know and I'll have a little look through and see if we can read them out. yes, and again, Happy New Year to anybody that's just joining us. There's over 2.9k of you in the building right now. Still haven't got 1,000 likes, so look, before Dan gets back, admin, do the admin. Come on, guys. Yeah, and make sure you are being positive in the chat as well. Come on, it's the first day of the year. I don't want no negative Nancies. Keep that energy far away from me, please, for 2026. I'm saying you have to be super, super positive, but just be positive. Be glass half full while you're around me, please. Yeah, Kev says Frimpong runs like the road runner. Luke the Nuke says maybe Macaron. I support Liverpool, not Slot's tactics. Okay, you do you. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Boring, passionless football. Guys, I see that you're taking the positive note really well. You're working wonders. Chiesa for Bradley. Left Frimpong move back. Slot's tactics are to play to lose. Kirkes for Robbo, Chiesa for Bradley, Errol, don't mind him. I don't mind him anyway, do you know what I mean? Let people vent. Free country, freedom of speech, all that. You guys vent as how you feel. Let's go red, 3 points to start the new year. That's it. True crime. Dan says I can't be positive while watching this football. I know. I hear it. It's hard, but at the end of the day, this feels to me like watching prime Barca in comparison to what I was watching 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. Like, it feels like we are light years away from that particular side putting in those performances. So right now, I'll take it because I see more positives than negatives. If Liverpool would have buried their chances, Liverpool could have been 2-0 up in this game. And if we were sat here 2-0 up, I think we'd have said it was quite a controlled and measured performance. The only thing that's really slighted us is the fact that we've not scored any of those 2 big chances and we've not created a high volume of other chances. So Liverpool strike that balance in the second half. I think we'll be absolutely fine. You know what I'm saying? So just have a little bit of faith. Have a little bit of faith. Low key, Kirkes wouldn't be too bad. We're in it together. I've been impressed with our control. 1 goal and it'll be totally different. That was Bald Phoenix. Yeah, I fell asleep watching that. Nah, look, it wasn't, as I say, it wasn't gung-ho footy by any means, but I think there was a level of control there that Liverpool have lacked through large parts of this season already. So, yeah, SK, there are no more Haribo. It's a new year, yeah? I'm not saying all that new year, new me, but I'm just saying there's no Haribos, okay? So just allow me. People are saying he would put Kirkes on. Kirkes seems to be the consensus in the chat at this moment in time, I'll be honest. Yeah, someone else is saying there, pretty good performance. Christ, that's Josh. Again, I've taken he doesn't consider it a good performance. 1.55 XG. Okay. Adam Mann says, Errol, your lucky cap will get us over the line. Yes, fingers crossed. Get Frimpong behind. He's got the pace we've missed down the right hand side. Salah's slowed down. But yeah, Salah's not here anyway, so has to be Frimpong or Bradley on that right hand side. Yeah, Haslar says, who cares about XG when you've got your eyes? I do think Liverpool should have been a goal up in this game. My eyes told me, and I've got a bad eye at the minute. Yeah, man's struggling with a bad eye infection at the moment. But outside of that, even I could see that we should at least be the 1 goal up out of those 2 chances that we had. Wow. I hope you haven't. That's a lot of money for the first day of the year, that. But yeah, we've been more than likely in recent weeks. I would agree with that. Bradley looking very rusty. Comments coming in. But are we signing someone from Palace? I'm not sure who it is that we're supposed to be signing from Palace. Slot out. Cowardly football. Who puts right backs when you have 2 strikers available? Magic ball 77. 2 right backs. Okay, I heard it. No polar bears though. What kind of New Year's resolution is this? Yeah, no polar bears. People are saying that Dominic Calvert-Lewin might be coming on. It'll be interesting to see if he does. It will be interesting to see if he does. Big Wave says get Chiesa on as well. We are missing goals. Look, if that guy who's got 30k on this game finishing 3-0, if that comes in, just drop me a little message in it. Like, I'm wishing you luck. Nah, I've got it. I've got a sty. It's not pink eye. I've got a sty and it's killing me. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a great look. This one cam is doing me no favours, so I'm glad that I can say there's a 2 cam going back on right now. The close up on my eyes been killing me off.
Sorry about that.
People laughing at me in the chat, and that's nothing I could do.
I was going to ask everyone being nice, but clearly not.
Well, shit, man.
People not playing nice. That's not kind. Come on. Liverpool will be all right. Someone's going to score the first goal of 2026 for Liverpool in a minute, and everything's going to be okay.
How's your food?
Good. Yeah, thanks. I needed it. Yeah, all good. And it was
3.1k, and did you do what I said? Yes, 1k likes.
Boss, now we're going to be sound.
We still wasn't on it.
Really? Yeah.
Really,
Oh,
we still wasn't. That's a reminder.
Of all the ways to start the year, you lot. Anyway, we're back underway at Anfield, 0-0. After, well, according to the chat, a very tedious first half. I thought it was okay, but yeah, much better needed. Knocking on the door without any real answer. Let's hope this can be a little bit sharper, quicker. And Jimmy Frimpong's been at the heart of that, and he's got us on the front foot straight away. It's a lovely little ball inside as well. There's half a chance here. He shifted onto his left foot, Florian Wirtz.
That was poor. That was poor. He lost confidence in himself there. I don't know why he did it.
Quite sure.
And there's Frimpong again, but fucking hell, Frimpong's like a man possessed.
I said he's been sharp. He's absolutely all over the place at the start of this half. Leeds managed to play out the way from the back. That was a shame for Florian Wirtz. It opened up for him. He chose to go inside.
He doubted himself, mate.
Yeah, it's poor actually. And then he randomly decided the back heel was on to Robertson. Absolutely.
But he shared responsibility at that point. He didn't fancy himself with the shot or putting the delivery in.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Very disappointing, to be honest. Anyway, let's hope that is a sign of things to come, because it was
bright start.
Brighter, yeah. And it was the opposite in the first half. Leeds were definitely on the front foot, but we've made the livelier start of this half. And again, Jimmy Frimpong inspired, who I thought was excellent in the first, actually.
There was no substitutions been made.
No.
I think that's worth noting from our side anyway.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's made a change, to be honest. I'm not wholly surprised about. I think Arne Slot will want more, obviously. But I was just chatting to Joe upstairs about sort of slot ball, if you will. And I think a lot of people, I get it, because ultimately I think his mantra and his sort of ideal formation, or ideal look, style, philosophy is quite controlled and slow and, methodical. But I think a lot of people have sort of made up their mind on him.
Massively, massively.
So whatever evidence is put in front of them is kind of irrelevant at this point. You know what I mean? I think we're there with quite a few.
Yeah, I think we fit that territory with the number in the fan base.
That's fine. Ultimately, you do. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but that does feel like where we're at right now.
I think if I had it called correctly in here, that's all fine if he's winning games of footy. He just doesn't endear himself to the fans in a way that kind of gives you that extra bit of credit. So if you're in a position where you are winning games of football and you're winning trophies, people will forgive a style of play that
100% doesn't excite.
It doesn't excite. Yeah. Because it's results.
Doesn't lend itself to Anfield, is all I'd say. Now, I thought that from day one, by the way. Yeah. Even with winning the league last year, I still had this feeling in the back of my mind.
But that's not to say that he can't discover it, do you know what I mean? I feel like Rafa Benitez used to find a way to just put like lightning in a bottle at Anfield sometimes, and he would be very pick as and when it needed to be done and understand that balance. Slot might just not have had that enough time to fully grasp it, given everything that he's encountered and faced with.
Dealing with, And let's be honest, the signings in the summer
should have given him that belief.
We're so excited.
Do you know what I mean? We should have just picked up in that vein. So I'm not mad at it, but I do sit on that side of the fence that like this type of control and measure and everything works, provided you're winning. If you're not winning, then you are going to hold a level of criticism, because we've been we've been spoiled by being entertained.
Yeah, that's it.
But especially when we weren't winning lots of things, all we had entertaining players, we had entertaining style of play, we had a
manager that we believed in and loved, and he fully, fully understood what we were as an entity, etc. And if you don't quite have that, you almost need to win games of football. You just need to win games of football. Anyway, We are in comfortable possession in our own half. The ball's at Alisson Becker's feet. We are still in the ascendancy in terms of possession and territory. We are still pressing the life out of Leeds at any given opportunity, but this is where it needs to change, I think, for me.
Pick up a little bit of speed as soon as we get into that little middle third there. Just start picking up the pace of things. We did it in the first half a couple of times with a couple of 1-2s and one-touch footy. And there we go. Just start it off. It's the only way you're going to pull Leeds about, because we're trying to...
That's
it's got to be accurate, though.
That's a couple of times now.
Bertrand
for a little one round the corner, and it was just misdirected, and Leeds are going to play from there. Look to hit us on the counter.
Good luck with that.
I know, Frimpong's back in position.
Good luck with
He's battling. That. He's still battling. Don't give him anything. Don't give him a free kick. He wants the free kick.
He's not going to get it,
Get
though.
the ball away. That's a heavy touch, though, into trouble.
And he
took a whack for good measure. And there's another man that Liverpool plays that's fucking falling left, right and centre here.
Bradley cannot... Oh, Gravenberch.
Gravenberch and Conor Bradley. I think it's Bradley's touch. Yeah, that touch there.
Good swat of a touch.
It was. And it ends up in a 50-50. I think it's Pascal Struijk. Struijk gets the ball first and then just catches Bradley on the follow through. There's nothing in it in terms of free kick. And then Gravenberch does get caught. But I think it's Goodmanson, the left back, and Gravenberch has won as a free kick. So we're going to play from there. Yeah. Someone says I'd give Rio a chance too. Yeah, I think, listen, the kid is ridiculously talented, but I think the idea...
I'd love to see Rio and Frimpong, though. No, it's just the pace of them that you've got there.
Dear me.
Just be electric.
Yeah, it would be. But I think we were missold. Oh, that's a poor ball.
Very poor.
Harm's shot play. Missold the idea that Rio was a viable option to be the understudy to Cody Gakpo. Because when we sold Luis Diaz, everyone kind of went, well, we need a left winger. And Liverpool kind of went, no, we don't. We got Rio. He was never, ever going to pick up the slack when it comes to Diaz's minutes. It was just unrealistic to think that. And I think the kid's superb, or potentially superb. But it was just stupid. It was for the birds, that thinking. And clearly he's played like an hour of footy this year. Leeds.
This year? You've done well then.
Nice, yeah. He had a kick about with his mates in the park about 2 o'clock this afternoon.
I do take your point.
It wasn't going to happen. Anyway, Leeds are on the attack now. Win that. Just
go on, get out of there.
Play
then.
From there. Counters on for Liverpool if we can. Though Leeds got bodies back, and they've managed to break it again, and they're going to turn and play.
Yeah, Leeds have found the footing now in this second half. It was all Liverpool for the first 5, almost 5 minutes. Leeds have just woken up again now. Yeah, trickles through to Alisson Becker.
Yeah, I'm not against seeing more of Rio, by the way. I'm a massive advocate for seeing more of Rio. I think he's got tons of quality, and I think certain games would definitely lend themselves to having a bit of Rio Ngamoa thrown into it. But I just think it was just, like I say, I don't know, unrealistic for anyone to think that he was going to come anything like close to Diaz's minutes. Diaz played a lot of footy last year, and to replace that with a 17-year-old kid who at the time had played like a handful of under-21s games, wasn't happening. Very, very raw, very, very talented, very, very raw. And sometimes you need that, and this may well be a game state that needs it at some point as well, as we struggle to break down Leeds. Gravenberch gets out wide to Frimpong, though, who's probably been our most threatening player so far. It's not a bad ball.
It weren't a bad ball at all, Bit flat, but it weren't a bad ball.
Yeah, we're sustaining pressure again. Leeds camped in their own box. A good ball from Curtis this time. It's still there. Set it back.
Wow, he needed to set that back for Frimpong, though. Or Conor Bradley, man.
Bradley was competing. Ended up trying to fire it back across the box, but I don't think he was aware of Frimpong being in a better position. Nah, he never even looks at Frimpong. He doesn't know. Corners Liverpool taking short.
Yeah.
Frimpong's going to deliver. No, he's not.
No, he really was mixing it up there.
Gravenberch, a little bit of space to run into. Set out wide again.
Man on, come on. It's got to be quicker there, though, boys. It's got to be a little bit quicker, that.
Tries to speed it up now. Outside the right foot, flick behind for Liverpool corner.
Got there in the end, but I just think they could have been a little bit quicker, those interchanges there on that right-hand side. He kind of stabs it towards the back post, doesn't he?
Van Dijk was there waiting.
Shock.
Yeah.
Shock.
Liverpool aim for Van Dijk. It comes out.
No. He was high. Yeah.
That's a good ball.
Really good ball. That's a good
Delivery. Oh, still a chance.
No.
Deflected behind.
Conor
Just
Bradley
wonder
again.
whether it'd have ran for Gravenberch. It'd have been on his left foot, but it would have been interesting to see if he'd have had a pop. It's flowing verts. Conor Bradley.
Yeah, Gravenberch's asking for it though. He's asking.
I think
for it.
he looks
needs it.
disappointed, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he needs to get it. He needs to be getting it.
It's going to be Andy Robertson to deliver. Another Liverpool corner. Pressure's definitely been put on. Can we make anything of it? Can we capitalise? Robertson delivers. Leeds first contact again, and the man is stayed down inside the 6-yard box. The ref's going to blow up. I'm not sure why.
Be time wasting all of this now.
Probably. This is probably...
If they can chip away at the clock by any means.
The dark arts might be coming out here.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the man who cleared it? No, it's Strike who clears it. What's he get? I mean, come on.
Oh, his own boy just runs into him, shoulder into his ribs.
But there's absolutely nothing in that.
No, it was two players coming together.
Wasn't even a head injury from the get-go. Let's have that out there. But the ref blows up anyway. Anyway, that could be the next half an hour or so. That leads any good
Brace
opportunity.
yourself.
Yeah. Come on. Rise above it, Liverpool. Drop ball, back in possession. Virgil van Dijk. Canate wanders into the Leeds half. Oh, kind of badly slipped over. Managed to recover just in time.
That's going to have way too much.
He was under pressure the minute he fucking fell on his arse, to be honest. Yeah. I'm not starting to worry, but I'm just starting to wonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still okay at the minute. The lead free kick. Van Dijk adjudged to have fouled Nemecha. Van Dijk cannot believe that's gone against him. Let's watch it back on the replay. I mean, it probably is Virgil, to be honest.
You've put your hand right across his face.
Yeah, I mean, it's not forceful, but he's always going to give that free kick. Oh, Leeds will deliver. I wonder what time he starts looking at that bench. 'Cause that's one thing he does have tonight, options. And he hasn't been blessed with them recently.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
We've dealt with the first ball in. Frimpong's gone down under pressure. Nothing given. And instead, we've won a throw-in, which Conor Bradley will take. Yeah, forget about that free kick now. Let's play. How was Canate? Canate's been okay.
Yeah, Canate hasn't really put a foot wrong.
Canate's been good. I think.
Yet.
I think individually, lots of them have actually been okay. It's just been a collective issue in this area of the pitch. Actually, just like that, literally that.
Who's that little flick? I like the idea that we're trying to speed it up there, but like, who's the flick?
Well, Canate's going to have to do that one now. He's one-on-one with his man. He's got lads back helping him. Thankfully,
yeah. He's good.
We should nearly take it back off them, but
who was that flick to there?
Well, that's been the case all night long. It feels like we've got into those moments and those positions, and we've either tried something audacious that hasn't come off, or we made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Andy Robertson will shepherd that ball out for a Liverpool throw in. This feels. I mean, I've seen this game a million times before. Don't get me wrong, but there is something about our recent troubles that just makes you go, yeah. Like my belief and faith that we'll just find a way isn't fully stocked up right now.
No,
you know what I mean? Anyway, let's see. Leeds are starting to play some nice stuff as well, but you've done well there. You've done really, really well, actually.
Well done, Curtis.
Got us back on the front foot. Curtis Jones doing his defensive duties exceptionally. It was Conor Bradley.
That was nice as well.
On Joe. But this is nice. He's offside. He looked offside.
Hugo, couple times
I gotta say, that's a few now.
Today, bro.
And you know what? That's unforgivable, that one, because he's looking right across the line. And I hate that. I do. Let's see. I mean, it's
Easy.
You know what? It's tight, but he should just make sure he's onside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doesn't need to be that tight. And he just breaks up the play again, stops any momentum, allows Leeds to go and reset. I'm staying positive. I'm all right. I'm always positive. Glass half full.
You've got, until we lose our heads, you've got no reason to lose yours.
You heard him. Go and win that.
Oh,
Nearly. Still battling on the floor, but Leeds come away with it.
That'll do, yeah. Come on.
Big
now, be clinical. Get a shot off, lad. Get sort your feet out and get a shot off.
Ekitike trying to carve something out for himself and gets the
he's
ball
waiting
taken
for
off
the
him.
defender. He's thinking, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just do something yourself.
Oh, that's better. Sabozlai he's going to have a go.
He's
Get that. Ooh. Saved by the kick. Looks like he took a little deflection. Oh, we've got a free kick.
What?
No, it's a free kick. Handball he's given.
Oh, has he? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ball broke.
I'm not mad.
He's booked
And
him
a
as
yellow
well.
card. Wow.
It's Ethan Ampadu. He's
been the only guy, really, hasn't
He's
he?
really confused. Let's just watch it back. I know it's handball. I don't know what he's confused about.
I don't know why.
He's literally controlled the ball with his arm. But it does just take a little flick off Flavio Vert's arm, actually. It probably wouldn't have counted anyway. Perry saves down low to his right, and the bouncing ball is controlled by Ampadu's arm. And the ref spotted that, give him the free kick, and booked him.
Fair.
There's still, I don't know, conversations going. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure why.
Man. Yeah, I thought that was a pen as well, Moons. I'm not going to lie. I genuinely thought, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, not
I'll
quite.
take it.
Close, like
Close,
literally.
yeah.
You're looking at 19 yards out. Probably Dom Sabozlai territory. Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind. Is Florian Wirtz got that in his locker?
I don't know. Not something I've seen.
I wouldn't trust him right
of.
now anyway. He's not somebody that I trust right now. No, I'm not going to lie.
I think it's Dom Sabozlai territory.
Yeah. He's not even standing.
I'm not quite sure where Andy Robertson's getting himself into cover. It's Florian Wirtz or Dom. They're the two that spring to mind here.
You ready for 1-0 chat? You ready for 1-0 chat?
He's booked someone else.
He's booking somebody else. They're all getting
maybe the keeper.
Hey!
Someone else. I imagine for the protest afterwards, someone's been done for dissent there. But anyway, here we go.
Boom.
Florian Wirtz is the one who's taken the more.
It's too close, that. It's too close for me.
I think it's too close for Dom, you know. I think it
saying,
is more Wirtz territory, up and down.
Me, that. I don't like it.
A little.
Nah, I feel like it's got to go under the wall. I don't like it.
If they got a draft excluder in.
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
you know.
have,
It's the one, yeah. It's going to be Florian Wirtz.
Told you, too close. Didn't like it.
It's too close. Give it the big build up as well.
Yeah, I was expecting
Wholly
more.
underwhelming. Anyway, hit the wall. Back underway. Florian Wirtz again. Put a cross into space. What's been given there? Given a goal kick, I think.
That was a very unorthodox type of cross. That it was like he just cut across it. Yeah, this is suiting Leeds though. Leeds are going to be happy. 62 minutes played.
Over the moon.
Leeds 0-0. DCL still just waiting to come in off the bench. Like, I'll be honest, the Leeds game plan's working right
He's
now.
what he got booked for. He walks up to the dead ball.
To work, to count out.
I think he's counting out 10 yards and he's questioning the referees.
Integrity right there.
Yeah.
But
Leg span as well. Yeah.
Is that Milos?
Looks like we're going to see some Milos Kirkes before too long.
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah. Would you turn to anyone else? You got McAllister and Gakpo, probably the obvious two. No? Yeah. They're going to be the two, aren't they, at some point? Because he's not going to turn to Chiesa.
Go on, set him off then. You should have just set him.
He's give it back eventually.
Go on.
Frimpong from the right, behind Ekitike. Oh! Defender's done well.
And that was the type of cross I've been on about. Just cut it back a little bit, take it a little bit off.
I don't know what he's saying
VAR. Why did VAR flash up, yo?
No, Ekitike is baffled by something. I think he's given a goal kick and it's quite clearly a corner. Good delivery from Frimpong this time. That's a corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's given a goal kick, you know. I think that's where the... look, he's given a goal kick. Anyway, Yeah, we are a bad team with us Kirkers. And Alexis McAllister is also stripped and ready to come on. Federico Chiesa is very much wearing a bib, so will not be arriving anytime soon. And probably Cody Gakpo, I imagine, will follow suit. Somebody else. Oh, yeah. To make it worse, Gakpo is coming on. I mean, Gakpo was at Anfield, so was always going to come on the pitch at some point. This is Arne Slot we're talking about. Oh! Frimpong with a little back heel into space. Never likely to get on the end of it himself, but he has won Liverpool a throw-in high up the pitch.
Yo. Come on, boys.
Who's going to come off then here? So have you Robbo for Kirkers? That's a given.
That's easy.
One of the midfielders. Who's going to go?
Jones. Probably
Jones and McAllister.
Yeah.
And then what are we? Gakpo for?
Oh no, Bradley. I think it might be Bradley.
One of the right backs, probably. That's nice. Oh, but that's something
Hey,
again.
that's to get up.
That's again, though. Right.
Take some wider than he would have
Yeah,
liked.
Leeds on the counter. Just been forced wide because
Now
of the
you've got
pass.
to do a job.
Well done, Jeremy Frimpong.
That's got to be a
That's
free
brilliant.
kick.
That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Doing his defensive work.
I said that though. I said he'll have those moments where he'll be called upon.
Yeah, that's excellent. He's probably been our most attacking threat tonight, and he just got back and done brilliantly in defence as well to stop a potential Leeds counter. Here are the changes.
Yeah.
Kirkers.
Ringing 3. He just said, yo, I want 3 fresh legs on.
Yeah. It is Florian Wirtz coming off. Just seen number 7 go up. Robertson's off for Kirkers as expected. Florian Wirtz will be making way as well for one of Gakpo and McAllister's development, really.
Jones.
And Curtis Jones is the other man to make. Well, I'm a little bit surprised at the Wirtz one. I won't lie to you.
Maybe it was that shot just before half time, and then a couple of those dodgy back heels, that free kick, probably a few things where Slot's just looking at him thinking, you're not on it today.
No, I listen.
I think it's some of his general plays, but sound, but in terms of being that creative spark, yeah, it's not been there.
No, I agree, and I'd be inclined to
been
agree with Slot if he has made his mind up on him today. But a game 0-0.
Game hangs in the balance. He just needs one moment.
Yeah, someone of his calibre who started to show signs. Here come the Leeds change as well, by the way. The cavalry are coming for them as well. But yeah, I'd have been tempted to stick with
He's
it
done that flick again, there.
a little while longer. But yeah, Frimpong again. Credit where
All
credit's
I
due.
know is that the lads that started the game gave their all going forward and going backwards. I need the substitutes to do the same in the same fashion. You go forward, when you go forward, you got to defend as a unit. When you come backwards, we should have no problems. We should still win this game.
Ball straight into the keeper's arms at the near post. Yeah, I think this is another good point as well. Somebody said that Kirkers unlocked first. They've worked really well together.
Yeah,
I think it's a fair shout.
Might have been worth seeing that for 10 minutes.
I'd have been tempted. I would have been. And again, I'm not saying Florian Wirtz had his best night because he absolutely hasn't. But I'd have been tempted to let it ride a little bit longer, personally. But anyway, we are where we are. Cody Gakpo is on the pitch.
But I don't even feel like we should feel the pressure in these type of games anymore because I don't see us being in a title race anytime soon. So, like, teams that you should just be beating, and it's a little bit like if we was in a title race now, this would start to feel nervy. Do you know what I mean? You got 20 minutes to find the goal. Like,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You feel into very nervy territory. Whereas we should just keep playing our stuff here.
Yeah. But I think it kind of comes back to what you said right at the top of the night in terms of like not the formality thing, yes, but in terms of building ourselves up to more difficult challenges,
Yeah.
you kind of have to win.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden you don't win tonight, who knows what happens against Fulham, and then you got to go to Arsenal, and that potentially comfortable top 4 spot that you had in your hand a week ago is no longer a thing, and you are scrapping with Brighton, United, Chelsea, whoever else, like, you know. Anyway, corners Liverpool. Ekitike and Virgil van Dijk in conversations. Virgil van Dijk telling the corner taker to wait.
Just wait for me to get on the spot, and then aim for me when I'm at the spot. That's what he's saying.
Delivery is going to come
just
in.
wait.
Just resetting it. I'm not even sure who's taking it. To be honest with you. The camera's going to know when the possibly McAllister. I'd be lying if I said I knew. Corner's coming anyway. That'd be Szoboszlai, actually. Yeah, thinking about one to the back post. It was Ekitike trying to run round and get.
And it's going to be another corner as well. Yeah.
It must have come
on.
A Leeds defender.
I don't care how it goes in. Just score a. Yeah, it does. It really does. It was a good spot. It's a good spot by the referee. That.
I mean, his hair probably helped. But that was definitely something slightly different because it wasn't aimed at Van Dijk. And Ekitike came from like quite an advanced position and could come back around. So, you know, we're working on it. So Bosley delivers again, this time for Van Dijk. Oh, that was close.
Dang.
It looked in all the way. Virgil van Dijk powers a header back where it came from. And so nearly.
He's got to do better. He's got to do better. This is what I'm saying. This is what I mean. He's just got to do better. Hit the target, Fidge.
I mean, yeah, hit the target.
Hit the target.
I wouldn't go any further than that.
No, I'm not. But that's why I say you got to do better. You hit the target. Hit the target.
In that instance, if he hits the target, he's fucking scored to, and the keeper's rooted more or less. A couple of changes for Leeds. It looks like Okafor and Calvert-Lewin are coming on. So 2 attacking changes for Leeds. Clearly sensing this is their moment. This is their time. So yeah, it's got to be a shootout from here on out. They brought on the big man, little man combination. Calvert-Lewin's in red hot form. We've played 3 of our most senior attacking cards. Let's see who wins. Let's have it. Calvert-Lewin straight into the thick of it there. Demi Frimpong's done well. Put pressure on all night, to be fair to him.
He really does.
Yeah, I remember that Okafor scored, I don't know, 10th fate or anything. Scored twice against us in the pre-season. AC Milan.
Yeah.
Over in, I want to say Tokyo, but anyway, wherever it was. So he's clearly got good memories of playing against us as well. Going to be a long throw, I think, for Leeds. They're a good 30 yards out from goal, but Ampadu's clearly willing to wind up and aim for Dom Calvert-Lewin, I imagine. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, can we fix that?
Oh, yeah, we don't need that. Sorry, we are auto. Don't want that to happen. There we go. Sorry about that. Momentary panic in the studio there.
I just didn't get a foot on it there.
Van Dijk heads away into the path of Kerkers.
Come on, Kerkers, lad. Come and just do something mad.
Gravenberch. Canate eventually gets possession. Apart from Frimpong, they've all been terrible. Slow passing, bad touches, wrong decisions, and isolated our most creative player on the wing. That's your final word, show. Done and dusted.
Yeah.
If it stays as it is, I'd be very, very tempted to say exactly that, to be honest with you. Yeah, that might be me. Hard to disagree with a single word you've said there, mate. Certainly when it comes to the wrong decisions.
Still too much on it, though.
Just over it for Frimpong, which again is saying something.
Fast, I know he's fast, but fuck me. Give him
it's almost like they think they can put a little bit more on it because he will get on it. Sometimes at the detriment of what
remember,
he's
it's 72 minutes played and you've been back up and down.
Yeah, we need to be more precise in what we're doing, not just in that moment, but again, coming back to what the Super Chat said a minute ago, wrong decisions, poor touches. It's almost like
subs haven't moved the needle either. I know it's only been a couple of minutes, but nothing's moved the needle.
We've sort of ran before we can walk in around the box a little bit. We tried to be over-ambitious is what we're trying to do.
I'd agree.
And it just hasn't come off. Instead of being clinical. But there's still a good 20 minutes to put it right. Here's hoping. Gravenberch. Out to Frimpong. I think we'd all agree. It's been our main source
been
of
our
options
best player
so far.
It's nice to see. I think he has been up there with...
Yeah. He's certainly growing into the shirt, like. There is Cody Gakpo. Ekitike ran into the box. He's going to hit that.
Wow.
Ooh, tried his luck.
Wow.
Tried his luck from best part of 20 yards. It opened up for him. Did open up. Shifted onto his right foot.
He hasn't had a lot of them though either. He's not had many sights as a goal, has he really?
No.
I think that's just him trying to...
The concern around Ekitike is, does he last the 90? Because so far,
he's not been doing it, has he?
The evidence is Liverpool career suggests not. Now, people might get the wish, you might see some Chiesa. But I'd be inclined to suggest that we could do with Ekitike playing the entirety of this football match.
I'd agree, but he hasn't had that many shots. We haven't really created enough for him in front of goal where Go on, play that. So unless we're just going to start feeding him so he can just start letting his shots off, just make a difference whether he's on the pitch for 90 or not to me.
Liverpool slowly building up in the back. Alisson's forced to go long in the end. And it's going to come back at us.
Battling.
Well done.
Battling.
Ball over the top from Szoboszlai. Oh, a bit of a mix-up at the back.
Oh, he didn't know.
I don't know if he tried to head that into the back of Ekitike. Done well there.
Yeah,
Left back's done exceptionally well.
Done him.
And they set Leeds away as well. Gravenberch needs to be on his guard.
Well.
Brilliant.
Excellent from Gravenberch there, you know.
Gets across, gets his body in, and Liverpool are back on the front foot and playing. Szoboszlai allows asks Kirkes to come and play. Out to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo again, he's cut inside, he's made space. Oh, the shot's blocked, it's up in the air.
That's going to be a foul.
He's got the ref's always going to blow the whistle for that.
Yeah.
So inevitable. So inevitable. Yeah, I don't think we're running out of ideas. That's a couple of shots from range we've tried from very similar positions, and it does suggest that maybe we're finding it hard to break Leeds down. It is a foul, you know. It's a bit stupid as well. You're not going to get away with that.
Conor Bradley's ended up in the box quite a few times in the second half.
Couldn't you? It's just obvious.
Case it is coming on, so there's to answer your question.
I can only imagine it's Ekitike. And it might be a case of, like you've kind of said, he hasn't really been heavily involved. We haven't really created much for him. But I can't help but think it's a fitness thing again.
But you look at this, I mean, you're two guys that you'd expect to carry you through this period now. Vert and Ekitike, and they're both having to come off.
Yeah, well, let's see. Board's about to go up. It is definitely Chiesa coming on. We know that. It's going to be a long throw for Leeds. We'll probably have this throw in before the sub's made. I'd be surprised if Liverpool made the change. Certainly with the extra height, potentially of Ekitike going off. Wouldn't make a ton.
Another long throw in, yeah.
It's going to be Ampadu who's going to hurl this one into the box once again. In the hope that they can create something. Camera, of course, laser focused on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, as Liverpool should be. Ekitike is actually marking Calvert-Lewin, so let's see how it pans out. It's going to be out of a corner. Liverpool win the ball, but it's going to be out of a corner. Nervy moments. Nervy moments.
I can't deal with no fuckery.
It's got nervy all of a sudden. I'm not going to lie.
I can't deal with no fuckery right now. Just defend, clear your lines, and get us up the pitch. I'm not trying to hear no set piece excuses. I'm not trying to hear no Briggses. None of that.
Yeah, Liverpool got a corner to defend.
None of that. Just clear your lines and get me up the other end of the pitch. Nice and easy.
Alisson palms it away to the edge of the box.
And get me the other end of the pitch.
It's going to come back in, I imagine. You have to be careful. Oh, this is a problem. This is a slight problem. Nah, it's a poor ball, actually. Hoik clear. And now we can clear properly. All of a sudden, we're not winning many headers. And the pressure's just about relieved from Cody. Gakpo's done well. Don't lose it in there. Yeah, Curtis will play again. Good. Okay, and we are
finally out, getting up the other end of the pitch.
That was not pleasant. Just felt like it kept coming back a little bit, and then we've lost it again.
He's done that a couple of times today.
Yeah.
It's great when it works, but yeah, running into trouble when it doesn't.
And Leeds go long, looking for Calvert-Lewin, but Van Dijk mops it up, no problem at all, and the ball's just literally in mid-air the whole game. Right now, it's back to the Leeds keeper. Right, okay. Still yet to see Chiesa come on. He's definitely on the side of the pitch waiting, like a coiled spring, ready to go. Yet to be released into the world.
Took the piss there.
I don't know what's happened there.
Took the piss there.
I mean, it's definitely more than 8 seconds.
Took the piss there.
But surely that's a corner for us. The ref has blown up to stop the keeper throwing it out.
Took the piss. What are you doing?
Now he's going to let him do it again? Is that not just a corner? Conor Bradley's off for Chiesa. It isn't
Chiesa,
Ekitike at all. Yeah, I'm glad about that, to be honest. Chiesa's on now for Conor Bradley. I
Maybe he
assume
needs somebody
Frimpong.
close to him, though. Maybe he does.
Yeah, maybe do his running for him. Yeah, Frimpong will go back to right back, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's just happened there, by the way. The ref is.
Ref! It's like you've just done that.
He's now giving him a free kick.
Ref, that is.
I have no
bonkers.
idea what's just
It's like
happened
you
there.
just done that just so we could get the substitutes on. Like, what is that about?
It was the ball was in his hands to
Play
play
back
from
to-
there.
yeah.
He took a fucking age to get rid of it, or not get rid of it as it was. The ref blew up, give a free kick, and then let us make the sub. It was bizarre. Anyway,
Yeah, that's mad.
it's happened now. What am I going to do about it?
The ref was time wasting, yeah. What was the ref doing there?
I just don't get it. Anyway, Frimpong is back at right back. He's just knocked it out for a lead throw in. Baffling.
Very much.
But it is 0-0, and we are heading towards the final 10 minutes at Anfield.
No mistakes now, man. No mistakes. What's wrong with this ref?
Just odd. All very, very odd. It's going to be another long throw. Getting aerial bombardment a little bit in the past 5 minutes. Hurled in again. It's bouncing. It's loose. Leeds want a penalty, you know. I couldn't see a thing. It was blocked completely. But Leeds, half appeal. They've won it back. They're in a dangerous position again. Oi! Don't like this. 1-0 Leeds.
He was always going to be, really. Offside.
I think he's offside. Flagged up.
Hell, mate. That was
I didn't
always gonna
panic
be.
because Calvert-Lewin didn't celebrate. He didn't celebrate. I think he knew. The flag, it was tight. Everything was very tight in there.
That's what their game plan's been all game. That's what they've been waiting for. That was their one
Let's see
moment.
it back. It's swung on the left wing. It's swung back in. Oh, he's offside. He is offside. The first ball's won in there. To
Finish is brilliant, though, mate.
Yeah,
The
Calvert-Lewin. He is offside.
finish. Yeah. I'm
okay.
happy with that.
I was just waiting for some.
You wanted someone else to...
Needed somebody to say something, to be
nah,
honest.
yeah,
Calvert-Lewin, disallowed. Oi. Yeah.
But they all, at that point, they looked the more likely. I'll be honest, they looked the more likely.
Well, that's...
Liverpool, I said to you before about the second halves, I was worried and I was concerned because the second half performances have not been that inspiring.
Well,
And they had to get better than the first half. And I think we played better than the first half. I don't think we've played any better than the second half today.
no.
I don't
Not
think
at
there's
all.
been an improvement.
Arguably worse.
Well, yeah, I don't think there's been a marked improvement. I think we hit our ceiling at 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and we was done. Now, that's not to say Liverpool can't go and get 3 points, but the performance has not been there.
No.
Not in this second half, anyway.
No, far from it. But again, like this comes back to the whole...
Win by any means.
Yeah,
win by any means. I don't care.
The battle that I'm having, I'm not going to speak for any Liverpool fan, obviously, but the battle I'm having with myself, game in, game out at the minute, is it win by any means possible, or do I want to see more? And on the evidence of tonight, it's just win by any means possible.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I will want to see more when we've got other shit to prioritise.
Yeah.
While we've just got that, like you said, just be comfortable in the top 4.
Yeah, no, you're
Just
right.
win until that point, and then let's look at what else the rest of the season could do, or where we have to strengthen and whatever. But I'm not trying to be dragged down to shit levels and can't put a run of 5 wins on the board, or like, no.
That's a problem. Frimpong's been shrugged off the ball. Oh, a dangerous ball. Van Dijk in the right place at the right time to clear. Frimpong.
Take your time, deal with it properly. Come on, boys. What are you
We are
doing? What are you doing?
under the
pressure,
cosh all of a sudden here. Like, we are
Now we're panicking.
hitting, hoping it out with danger. Frimpong's done well to win his header.
Wow.
He got
Play it out wide.
Shrugged off the ball in a very, very troublesome area there.
And like, get involved in the game now, Gakpo.
It is Gakpo. He's going to come into the box. Half a chance on the back. Ooh. I assume he's give a corner.
Someone shouting handball
The
there.
fella in the crowd
is
definitely
shouting
wants handball.
handball.
I think he's give a goal kick.
What?
He's give a goal kick.
You what?
It's McAllister's ball to the back post. Gazer's arriving. It definitely hits someone. Let's see it back. His arm's well out. No, he did that. It's a corner, like.
It's got to be a corner, then, hasn't it?
It was 100% a corner, but it's a goal kick given. Wonderful. Here we go. Rio
So who's going to right back?
Well, Frimpong's off. I imagine Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Rio's on. Szoboszlai.
One speedster for another.
I'll try and work out in a minute what formation we're playing because there isn't really a straight swap here. Because Rio's a left winger.
No, you should put Cody on. Is he going to be on that right hand
Szoboszlai's definitely come out to right back. You can see him alongside Konate there. And they will probably look to target that with Calvert-Lewin, I imagine. Free kick given, Konate got a nudge in the back.
He's down there on the right.
Yeah, right wing. I mean, yeah. Left wing, right wing. Potato a little bit. But I've never seen him play there before. Oh, that's a dangerous ball. Woo! And set it back for him now. Well done. Here we go. Here he is. Gravenberch. 20 yards out.
Come on, boys.
Cody Gakpo. Left wing. Going to shift onto his right foot. All the way back across the Szoboszlai. There's your space there. Little ding ball. Nearly broke. We've given away the foul.
See, the things that we do, it looks dead intelligent, like dead cute and clever, and it's just at the final minute, it just doesn't connect all the dots.
Yeah.
There's nothing in that.
Gakpo just late on his man.
But he doesn't kick him, though.
No. He takes the contact, takes the foul.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this game as well. Yeah, now I'm panicking and he's panicking, so you can panic.
Yeah, everyone's panicking now. Yeah, I think as much as, again, I'm a huge advocate of Ungamoa and his talents, slot going Ungamoa for Frimpong is a sign that all is not going to plan.
Yeah.
Like, there's no two ways about that. Like,
that's what I mean. He's still not.
We are
at that
in
point where it feels like anything he does is a bit of a masterstroke. At the minute. We're just...
Well, even early on this season, like when we won that winning one, he had the Midas touch. For like everything he did, Szoboszlai bought himself a free kick in the right back position. Well done. Worked from bringing Rio on at Newcastle. Like everything he did turned to gold. And yeah, I wouldn't say he's lost that knack, but it's definitely
he's
not.
Definitely second. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. He's definitely second guessing himself a lot more.
Yeah,
but yeah, with 3 minutes left to play in normal time before we see how many minutes get put up for added time. Still Liverpool 0, Leeds 0.
Yeah, is that something he said tonight? By the way, in the comments, because we haven't listened to any of the analysis, commentary, etc. Just wonder. There's no Rio's out on the left now, making a nuisance of himself.
But see, I don't mind that. So he's just went somewhere to get involved in the play. Man like Cody's just. Hugo's just not been anywhere near any of these deliveries. He's a big fucking guy as well.
Yeah.
How we've not put the ball closer to him.
Come on.
On a number of these occasions is just baffling. Absolutely baffling.
There we go. Back with Rio back inside. Ball in. Just going to break kindly for Leeds, though. Win it back. Well done.
That's it. They move out of his way. Let's go.
I know. Kirk has won it back. Gravenberch, touch inside, needs to find space. He's done that really,
come on,
really
guys,
well.
He's got to start moving. No, you're all stood on the same spot.
There's no width.
There's no width. These are all fucking just statues.
Right, into Van Dijk, who looks to get us back into the final third. Rio. We have to speed this up a lot. Here we go. Out to Chiesa.
Oh, he did that turn in slow motion.
Yeah, he's gone into he's won as a throw in. He's done well. He got into a bit of a blind alley, to be honest.
That turn was done in slow motion.
Turned like milk there. Right, anyway,
that was so slow. Oh, bless him. And people say this guy, bless him. All right, I was stopped. Sorry.
We're playing. It's all right. You were right. Wasn't rapid. Like, speaking of rapid, Rio, Kirkers, Cody Gakpo going, the ball's under hit, and Gakpo's been forced to commit a foul in an attempt to win the ball back. Rather, sorry. That does kind of sum it up for me. That it really, really does.
It's been poor.
Loads of possession in what you deem as the right area, but then the decision, the execution, whatever it has been in those big moments, has just been poor time and time again. It was Kirkes this time, but he's one of many.
This was such an opportunity today. Such an opportunity. Go and run into the year. Just go and absolutely have it. Be relentless with it. You've been lackluster, flat.
Yeah, flat is a good word to describe it, to be honest. Long ball up. Van Dijk has won that and the seconds as well. Leeds going to look to keep it alive. It's hoiked into the air by Kirkes. It's just fucking chaos, to be honest.
Hugo's dead on his feet, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't kicked the ball in about 15 minutes.
Perry's gone long again. It should be comfortable for Canati, and it is into Szoboszlai. He's got a little bit of space to run into. I mean, the movement is not exactly... Oh, it's even bounced off Chiesa for a fucking Leeds throw. You are messing me. Chiesa went for the return ball to Szoboszlai. It was blocked and rebounded straight back into his chest and out for a throw. That might sum it up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shit in hell. Oh, now then. You're going to have to be
6
clever
minutes.
here. Oi!
6 minutes.
Oh, fucking hell, is it the second bite of the cherry? Oh. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin got him behind on the left-hand channel. Pulled it back. I think it was Anton Stack, yeah. First shot was blocked and it came back to him. But thankfully, his second shot was horrendous. 6 minutes at a time.
Come on.
At Anfield.
Plenty of time to go and nick a goal here, boys. We shouldn't be saying we have to nick a goal against Leeds, but come on, we have to nick a goal. Go and rob me a goal and get me 3 points, and I'll worry about it all tomorrow.
I seem to remember them scoring against us really late, Somerville, at the 94th minute. Let's just do that to them. Bit of revenge would be nice.
Lads, call it what it is. Yeah, piss poor.
Yeah, shite. Kiesa's gone round his man, though, and he's fouled, is he?
No, never.
Refs waved it away.
It's never.
I think it was 50-50, just battling, to be honest with you. But let's see.
Desperation.
Kiesa's tried to go around his man there with his arms across each other. Bit of a
but he wasn't even in the box, though.
He's gone for the free kick, hasn't he? The shirt pull is a bit damning. That's a bit much.
But he's not in the box, and then he throws his leg in between his legs. He's got no chance.
You're not going to get that
No
decision.
chance.
We're not going to get that decision.
Yeah, and I did say stop being negative. That was a half time, though. This is a full time. Completely different outlook.
The situation has changed.
At that time, I was very much positive that we were still going to turn it round. You were just ahead of me in time. You could see stuff that I couldn't. Right, we're all human.
Tanaka has come on for Leeds. I like him.
I was going to say I like him.
I mean, I won't like him for the next 4 minutes, but that aside. Anyway, Leeds goal kick. Perry goes long, looking for Calvert-Lewin, but Ibu has won his header. I mean, what does he got? What's he going to do with that ball?
Wow.
Chiesa absolutely wellies it into Ekitike. You can do nothing but
Cannon off him.
cannon off him for a throw in.
Wow. Yeah, whatever happened to the red arrows?
Gravenberg will get it taken off him as well. I mean, it's fucking pinball at the minute. The game's gone so scrappy.
The game is scrappy, bad, so low on quality.
To the point, I can't see a winner either way right now. I know Leeds had the ball in the back of net not long ago, but it doesn't look like, hopefully,
just going to peter
talk it into existence. But no team looks like they've got the quality to win this game of football. That's nice. So, I mean, the shot, Alexis,
from 35 yards.
Come on now.
So speculative.
There's your feet. There's your feet. Lovely feet, Rio. Great half a yard. Here we go. What are you doing? Pull it back. Oh. Deflected behind for a corner. Ekitike's trying to get the cop up for it. Lovely feet from Ekitike, to be fair. In a very tight area. Dances his way through a couple. Pull back. The pull back was good, actually. But Leeds clear it behind. And we're going to have a corner late in the day. Everyone's up, obviously.
Remember Virgil van Dijk's first goal
8
for
years
us.
to the day. Virgil doesn't beat the
see how
post.
we was on the same wavelength. You see us? We was on the same wavelength, yeah?
Doesn't beat the near post. So throw in. Chiesa's gonna take it.
Why?
I don't know.
Just just because he was there, innit?
Yeah, I think he just happened to be there.
Yeah. Snow draw.
Ibu Canate. I mean, just the live of it.
That's the one where you just got to pump that.
Yeah, don't worry about the fucking... the finesse of it all. Into an area. Ekatike into
Done well again. Come on, now it's got to go into the air. Now it's got to go.
Gap up again, cross is blocked.
That's just, yeah.
Blocked at source as well. I'm going to go all the way back to Alisson Becker.
Yeah, massive result for Leeds. Leeds have done
as it
bits.
stands.
Home and away. Held us to draws.
As it stands. Oh, see ya, Rio. Dinked up. It's in the box. It's cleared again.
Why? How are we not attacking that? How are we not?
I
Wow.
wonder if Alisson was then.
Wow.
We're going to run out of play now. Alisson's chosen to volley it left-footed up the pitch. He's going to break, actually. Going to work out all right. Keep it moving. Just the return pass was never on. It was so far behind him.
Your guy. Oh,
I mean, thankfully,
he didn't do anything special there.
he got that all wrong. Because that was 2-on-1 for a moment for Leeds, but the pass was so badly overhit that we're going to get a chance to go one more time, maybe.
Yeah. It's this, though. This is
It's
it.
last chance saloon now. It really is. Gravenberg going to have to get it wide. He can't decide which way to go.
Find
there you
an
go.
angle.
Oh, was that on? Oh, we've run it back again. It's scrappy again. Leeds are going to just hack it clear up towards the halfway line. Daniel Farke livid about something. Sets it back to Alisson.
I'll do them.
Alisson's going to go long. It's hanging. Leeds' head is the first one on it, and the second. Gravenberg's gone back to Alisson again. We're going to set it
This
up
has
once
just
again.
got to go. It's just got to go. It's got to go.
Well done. Go on, you passed him. Go on. Here we go.
Oh, not to him. Not to him.
Leeds
It didn't need
bodies
to
in the way once again. We've not really... Oh, Alisson's going for a little run. Oh, he's got away with that. We're once again trying to set it up again. Here we go. Szoboszlai looking for the angle to cross.
Yeah, it doesn't look likely all afternoon, though. So
Canate
it's got to go into the box.
going to come in now.
Why
no,
is
it's not.
Ekatike the one trying to
I
deliver
know,
it?
Ekatike, you should be in there, mate.
Yeah, like...
He's trying to find room for the cross. He just
Get in
about
now.
has.
Oh!
It wasn't a bad ball, but it's cleared. And I
that'll do ya.
think
That'll do ya.
that might be that. That is that. Full-time 0-0. Yeah, pretty Leeds celebrate. Rightfully so as well. But from a Liverpool point of view, Errol, pretty dour, pretty poor, like a bit, I don't know, underwhelming again, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, I think that is fair to say. It was, look, first half, I wanted to see more positives than negatives, I'll be honest with you. I thought there was enough control in that game. There was enough signs. There was a few bright moments. Again, clear-cut chances. Don't think in the second half there's any clear-cut chances, really, that spring to mind. But it just progressively got worse. The longer it got on, the less likely we looked at causing a threat or causing Leeds any harm. They looked more comfortable. Leeds' game plan starts to show and come true. The fact that he's able to bring on Dominic Calvert-Lewin and there's still something to play for in the game, he's able to make those changes. That would have been all part of the manager's game plan. I sit here and I just think, yeah, Liverpool were very lacklustre in that second half, very uninspiring. There was no real desire, he said in the first half, there was the desire to get up and down, and there was. Certainly in that first half, I think defensively, they didn't ask any real questions of us in that second half, though, Leeds. So I don't think Liverpool had to bust a gut to get back in and defend at times. There was a couple of moments, but by and large, Liverpool seems to still be in control of the game, but never looked threatening enough. We didn't look menacing enough. We didn't look like we had the right level of clinical edge today. There was no real clinical edge or real anybody looking as if he was going to create in and around the box. I think it's quite telling that he plays his hand and takes off Florian Wirtz, who's meant to be one of our key playmakers in the game. Cody Gakpo comes on. I think he's pretty anonymous over on that left-hand side. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Gakpo at the moment in Liverpool. I know he's coming back from an injury, but he doesn't look like the same sort of player or half as effective as the player that we had last season. And yeah, it's just a disappointing performance because, again, we haven't lost, but the draws are what kill you off in top 4 title race, whatever you want to call it. The draws will kill off your ambitions for the season and leave you languishing in and around other teams, scrapping it out for European places. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough at this moment in time. And as I say, I expected the wins because I wanted the wins to just give us that little bit of momentum just when you think Liverpool are starting to turn the form guide and look like a team that seems to found their groove again. We are still miles away from it, my friend.
Yeah, we are, unfortunately. And it's hard to disagree with much of what the chat is saying, to be honest with you. It was all very meh, really, and not
very
a sign.
Pedestrian, innit?
And I think actually to a point it was okay. It was all too often that final decision, the final pass, the final moment that potentially could have unlocked something for us that just was lacking. The quality wasn't there, and again, some of the decisions that were made in those moments was really, really, really poor. And
we're looking at this table now. The only saving grace in that is that we haven't lost any ground to any of the others in and around top 4.
But that was an opportunity.
There was an opportunity for us, and like you look at Arsenal, what they went and done, there was an opportunity for them to extend their lead, and they took that because that's the form of a title contending team. Liverpool are in that funk still, where they're sat around 3 or 4 other teams. Their problem is consistency. Liverpool are in that same category. Obviously, Villa's a bit of an outlier because they had been consistent until they lost. However, United, Chelsea, us, and whoever else was below us, there's 3 or 4 teams there that have all drew. So Liverpool have not lost any ground. But in terms of Liverpool's individual and looking purely at ourselves, that's not good enough.
That tends to be
Leeds at home, we can't score a goal. Like how many times have we how many times have we not scored under slot in general? So what was missing today? What was not there or wasn't right?
It was all in that final third, and we resorted in many ways to pot shots and range late on. And again, credit to Leeds in terms of the way they defended and actually the way they approached the game. Full stop, to be fair. But yeah, in terms of what we were able to create, there wasn't much to write home about them. Real sort of lack of swagger, belief, mojo, certainly in the final third, as I said. But that's what's frustrating about it for me in terms of the bigger picture in the table, actually, because we spoke at the top of the night about the potential breathing room we could allow ourselves with a win, and we could gentle tap on the shoulder to Aston Villa and say, don't forget about us, don't think third's sewn up, and likewise, move clear of the rest a little bit, and we haven't done that. But maybe that is a gentle reminder as to where we are right now, and we are that side competing for that side.
Yeah, and I think, again, that's not fine by any means, and it is... It's hard to just, you've got to take it on the chin of where we're currently at. We haven't turned that corner, and again, maybe it is a timely reminder, and 1st of January, maybe it is the best type of reminder as well, in the sense that you can address it. You can address it now. You've got the whole, you're on close to being the best 2 in a title race this season. You're on close to that as it stands. If there are opportunities within this transfer window, last season we didn't really need to because we had enough, but this year we haven't got enough. We need clinical edge. We need difference makers within this side, and there was a few individual performances today, but I just think as a team, there wasn't enough intent as a team for us to really sit here with our chest out and say, yeah, we deserve to win this. Yeah, we're happy that we got the 3 points. Like, I just wanted to win by any means, and they couldn't even do that today. They couldn't work that goalkeeper enough. I don't even think Perry got a dirty goal. Well, I don't really remember him having too many shots to save.
The one from Szoboszlai, second half, from range was about it.
Yeah, there wasn't really that many last challenges either, though, was there?
No, nothing really to suggest that we should have been home and hosed at any point. It was all very, very, very difficult to watch, to be honest. We'll do the super chat, then we'll do our man of the match, then we will wrap up. Slots got to go. How many bad performances left? And I don't know if I said this to you on or off air now, or if I said this to Joe upstairs, but I think it was on air earlier on to actually come to think of it, but because of what's gone before and what's the opposite of credit in the bank, like because of all the doubters,
is he in his overdraft? Is he now in his overdraft?
How many more of those can he afford?
I think it's all going to be results based, isn't it? I think it's going to be not necessarily performance, but I think it's going to be the results. If Liverpool was to lose 3 or 4 more games and we ended up in double-digit games that we lost this season, I think there's some serious conversations and questions that need to be had. Ideally, like I said before, the ideal path back is we're not just going to touch gold overnight. We are going to have to slowly work towards it. There'll be bumps in the road, but can he find a way that then at least allows us to play some entertaining football, a little bit of verve, a little bit of swagger about us, that you look at sometimes and you see, Chelsea, for all of their indifference, there are some times when they still look brilliant. And
you can turn it on.
You can turn it on. City again. Now they've started to find a little bit more consistency. But at one point, before they found that consistency, they fell off a cliff. It took them a while and a few inconsistent results. But one of the things that he was able to rescue back before they got consistent was they could turn up against big teams. And I know you could turn around and say, well, Errol, we turned up against Real Madrid, and we've beat this one this season, Atletico, and we've beat that. And you think, all right, fair enough. But I'm talking about the Premier League. We haven't turned up against any of them in the Premier League apart from Arsenal. And respectfully, I'm not asked about Arsenal. We didn't turn up against City. We struggled to turn up against Manchester United. We fumbled the bag against Chelsea. Domestically, I need them to find a way that Liverpool can still turn up in games that we should be winning. And today was a prime example of that. And at some point as well, I want to see us be able to flex our muscles this season. Everything that we seem to be doing seems to be so reactionary and so much like on the back foot. I'd love to see us being more front-footed, a little bit more positive about things, and playing like dominant side, which is we're really not playing like that right now. And again, it's to answer the question, I think it's going to be results based, and I think if he was to end up with double-digit losses in the Premier League this season, genuinely think there could be some serious conversations to be had.
Yeah, I don't think there's any two ways about it. I think the way things are right now and the way we're headed, if it goes on like this between now and the end of the season, I think they will have a serious dilemma on their hands come the summer, and whether they believe that Slot is the right man to take us forward, otherwise, and whether they're willing to bankroll another summer like they did. And I don't think the manager necessarily will have a huge sway on what Liverpool do in the recruitment in the transfer market, because I think we operate on a different path than that. But still, I don't think.
But style of play is just going to keep coming back and rearing its ugly head and being levelled at us, because we win that game 1-0 and it was controlled and it was professional. Right? It wasn't scintillating, it won't go down long in the memory, but Liverpool just remember, we can chalk it down, it's done, and we got the job done. But when you don't, then you've got to start looking and questioning all of those things that the result doesn't give you. The result doesn't give you that confidence and that comfort of just being able to say, well, I've got 3 points to fall back on here. No, now I've got to actually look and scrutinise the performance and scrutinise as to why we weren't able to get it over the line and why we weren't able to see it over the line. And that is where Liverpool currently are at this moment in time. We're only ever 90 minutes away from scrutiny, because the performances and the way and the style in which we play right now is not really befitting of the club that he's at. And I think he's got to, there's a level of being pragmatic or like principled to an extent, but you've got to also understand and read the room and understand what kind of club you're at. We got carried on a crest last season because we was winning and it took us to a title. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's Liverpool every season. So what is Liverpool every season? Liverpool are one of the most entertaining teams to watch across Europe year in, year out.
You've got to give us more. There's no two ways about that. And I said it first half, when who knew what the outcome of tonight was going to be. But like the style of football that he seemingly wants, his philosophy that we believe to be true, isn't lending itself to Anfield nor Liverpool on a wider scale necessarily right now. And again, when results don't follow, then comes the scrutiny, and then comes the pressure and the microscope, and rightfully so as well, because the results aren't very good, and neither is the football. Yeah,
no, I agree.
Wonderful. Right, we are going to do our Oosh man of the match because we are contractually obliged to do so. I think I've got the answer, Errol, but I'm going to let you. No, I'm going to let you go through. Do you think?
I'm a hold it down for Jeremy Frimpong today and say, Jeremy Frimpong deserves to be Oosh man of the match.
100% agree with that. One of the brighter notes from tonight's
Absolutely.
entertainment, in inverted commas. Right, that is us for another watch along. Genuinely, thank you so much for sticking with us.
Happy New Year,
throughout.
gang.
Happy New Year. Now, listen, we'll put the football stuff to one side very, very briefly, and just say genuinely thanks for being here. Thanks for staying with us for the ride, and have the very best remainder of festive period celebrations, whatever. And beyond that, have the best 2026 of all time. This is going to be your year. I'm telling you right now. Forget about the bets for a minute. Errol, top man.
Thank you, brother.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you all. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.